ready for some football. I don't know about you. Who else could it be but your man Lou? Yeah.
The LouieTeeNetwork is powered by MusicHead University. MusicHeads, classes in session. Turn me up. Enroll on YouTube now. Link is in the description.
Who else could it be? For me, your man, Louie T, here on Saturday Night Football Overtime. Eagles, Commanders, NFC East family business. You know how the family do it. Boy, I got a lot to say tonight, so this is going to be a good one. Got a lot to say about both teams involved in this ball game. This game went a lot like I thought it was going to go for the first two quarters. Marcus Mariota gets hurt. Everything changes, and the Eagles did what they were supposed to do from that point forward. Eagles win the game 29-18, clinch the NFC East for the second consecutive year, and the 20-plus year drought of no team repeating as NFC East champions. And I can't say that I am surprised. I thought they would win this game. I thought it would be a close game, and it was. It was everything that I thought it was going to be for the first half of this game. I was really worried going into this game, and I wanted to see if the Eagles had just gained all of this momentum from beating the Raiders, because, you know, this NFL thing is so tricky. You know, you're down 1 week, lost 3 in a row. You find a garbage team on the schedule to beat up on, and you get your mojo back. And I said, if they come out and they steamroll us, and this thing's 17-3, this thing's 20-7 at halftime, the Eagles might have figured it out. But same old Eagles, same shit. I'm going to tell you right now, as it stands, and the only team that I think they can beat out of the wild card clubs is the San Francisco 49ers. I don't think they can beat anybody else. They can't beat Detroit. If Detroit somehow, they won't beat them again. I tell you that much. Like, they can't, if they find a way in, Detroit can beat them. If the Rams are there as the wild card, the Rams can beat them. Should have beat them the first time. And if the Packers are there, they won't beat the Packers again, right? Like, this is not a good Eagles football team, not in the sense of Super Bowl caliber. This is not that. This is more like the 2023 version of the Eagles that went out in the first round of the playoffs. Like, this Eagles team isn't very good. The only difference is they're going to have a home playoff game. They did not in 2023, and they got bounced by Tampa Bay. They're going to get bounced in the postseason. I think very early on. My guess would be the divisional round if they don't play San Francisco. If they play San Francisco, they're going to win. If they don't play San Francisco, should say if they don't play San Francisco. If they don't play San Francisco, I think they're going to be home by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Like I said 2 years ago in 2023, right? They were losing 10-7 and needed the help of the officials to even be in a position to take the lead in this game. And you know me, I'm not an officials guy. You're 4-10. You don't get to blame the officials. You suck. But it was egregious, and it was a one-sided beatdown by the officials tonight. It was an atrocity. I don't need to say much more about the officials than this. You get a play on a 3rd and goal or a 3rd down where Hurts scrambles out of the pocket, and there's minimal contact. I'm talking about very minimal contact. Look, I thought Greg Olsen was embarrassing tonight, and I actually like Greg Olsen. Joe Davis is one of the best in the business. I love Joe Davis. I thought he had a rough go of it because he allowed because his partner is his partner. Like, you're going to allow your partner to lead you into some shit. And I thought Joe Davis allowed Greg Olsen to lead him into some murky waters tonight. Greg Olsen was some shit tonight. I actually think he struggled this year, right? Greg Olsen has. But nonetheless, even on that play, Greg Olsen's like, bro, I don't know where to contact. I don't know what you're calling here, right? Greg Olsen's one of those commentators that it'll be a flag. He'll see the replay. He know damn well it ain't a flag, and he'll be like, oh, well, there's the hold. No, it ain't no goddamn hold. That won't no hold on Brandon Coleman on a great catch by Traylon Burks on a 3rd down that got negated. That wasn't a hold. Well, there's the hold. No, that ain't no damn hold. Don't agree with no bullshit ass call. But even him on that play said, hey, bro, I don't know where the flag at. But still, after the Eagles fumble on the opening possession of the game on a kickoff, on the opening kickoff, rather. On a third down, Mariota goes to Traylon Burks in the back of the end zone. He has a whole entire hand being held. He can only reach out with one hand. The official is standing right there, back line of the end zone. No flag. No harm, no foul. That's the type of night it was. Eagles got all the benefits of the whistle. We did not. But you're 4-10. You don't get to complain about the officiating, right? You're 4-10. You're a penalty-laden team. This is what you get, right? What was really frustrating is that while it was 10-7, you had a shot. Marcus Mariota gets his hand stepped on. And if this doesn't encapsulate the Commanders season, I don't know what does, right? Like, this, to me, is the microcosm of our season. You're fighting like hell against a team that is clearly better than you. You're in the ball game. Hell, you're leading in this game. Cliff does you no favors, because on that possession that Marcus Mariota got hurt on, how many called runs on that possession? I'll give you a chance to guess as I sip my delicious adult beverage. You want to guess? I'll give you a hint. It's less than one. Think you got an answer? If you said 0, you'd be correct. We come out of the halftime break from a successful first half where we've moved the football against Philadelphia. We've run it well. We've thrown it well. We've done a lot of good things. And Cliff decides, you know what I want to do in the second half? I know we're having some success running, and I know we're winning, and we're doing what we need to do. We're eating up clock. We're doing all that, even though the Eagles ate up most of the first half clock with their drives. We're doing everything we need to do. You know what I would? I'm itching. Come on, Dan. Turn me loose. You know what I want to do? I want to throw the bitch. And we promptly go 3 and out. I think we might have got 1 first down. Then we went 3 and out. No runs on the entire drive. And punt the football. Marcus gets stepped on the third down, doesn't come back in the game, and that was all she wrote. I think this game tonight was an indictment on DQ. I thought it was an indictment on Adam Peters. Maybe to a lesser degree, an indictment on Cliff, but it's the same song that we've been singing with Cliff. This was not a good one for the group tonight, for the conglomerate that is AP, DQ, Cliff, and company. This was not a good game for them. And I'll tell you why here in a bit. But let's start with some of the things that we were supposed to be, well, no, not we, what I was looking for going into the game, because that's where we've gotten to now. That's the point of the season we're at now, where we're looking for specific items. We're not necessarily looking for this team to win. I didn't think we were going to win the game. I just thought we would be competitive for 3 quarters. And essentially we were. But once I told the mob, we were up 10-7, and Marcus Mariota was in the tent. And then he was going to the locker room. We were still up 10-7. The Eagles had the football. I went and I typed in, well, that's the competitive portion of this game. It is over. If you had something to do, go do it. It's over. We saw Josh Johnson in the preseason against third stringers and guys that aren't playing in the NFL right now, and he looked like a train wreck. Again, we'll come back to that. So I knew we were dead in the water at that point. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Up until that point, this offensive line that was down its best player in Laramie Tunsil was holding its own against this Philadelphia Eagles front that had embarrassed the Raiders last week, that had shut down the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions and the Chargers and all of that good stuff. They were holding their own. They were pass protected from Marcus Mariota, who had time in the pocket. We were running the football very effectively in this game. Can somebody tell me why we didn't see Bill not one time? Now, maybe Bill got hurt, because that would be on brand for us if Bill got hurt and couldn't return to the game. I might have missed it, right? I might have missed it. I mean, can somebody tell me why Bill didn't get a single touch in the second half of this game? Now, again, he might have got hurt. He might have got hurt. But I'm struggling as to why we can't get Bill more involved. Anyway. I thought the offensive line played well. That was one of the things I was looking for, because if we're going to survive in this division moving forward, we're going to have a stout offensive line. You play Philly twice a year. You play Dallas twice a year. You play the Giants twice a year. And although the Giants haven't been dynamic this year from a pass rushing standpoint, stopping the run, all that stuff, they got talent. You get a better defensive coordinator in there with all that talent that they have, and that group could turn it around next season. We know Dallas has went out and acquired all this talent. Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams and Ezraku's coming on, and they're going to be better next year, is Dallas up front. As those guys get a full offseason together and they start playing, with one another, playing alongside each other and understanding, how each other works and things of that nature, you're going to see them get better up front. And then the Eagles are just the Eagles, right? They're stout. They have difference makers up front. And to see this offensive line do what they did against the Giants last week, to see this offensive line do what they did against the Eagles while Mariota was in there, says a lot. Says a lot. So I check mark for them, right? I wanted to see Drake Jackson. I was watching him like a hawk. Interested to see what his snap count ends up being in this game. My guess is that snap count probably ends up being roughly around 20 snaps or so. I thought he looked good. I saw the flashes I was looking for. Now, the explosion isn't quite there yet. Obviously, he hasn't played in almost 2 years, right? We're talking about week 7 or 8 of 2023. Like, he hasn't played football in some time. So I didn't expect the explosion and the dynamic ability. And I don't know if he was ever like super explosive to begin with, but what I did see was power. What I did see was a little bit of creativity. I saw a guy that I could easily see being, if nothing else, a really dynamic rotational depth piece off the edge. I'm intrigued. I'm glad we get to see him 2 more times this season. I thought he looked good in this game. I thought he had about 3 good pressures on Hurts, flushed him out of the pocket on those plays. Dove at his feet one time after a spin, after a secondary spin, and almost got him on a sack. But Drake Jackson looked the part. So that was another check mark for me. Jordan McGee, they tried to get him in there on, the base, into the base package, and the Eagles took advantage of it. That's a fumble. Okay. The Eagles took advantage of it on that drive where they went down the field and scored a touchdown. So they had to take him off the field. But how about his speed on that Devontae Smith swing screen that they threw to him? Like, if you ever, needed a play to illustrate why Jordan McGee needs to be on the field and the type of speed we don't have, like, that illustrates what we don't have on defense. Who else on the field can do what he did on that play, right? Jordan Mailata is climbing to the second level to go get him. And I swear to you, if that's any other linebacker on our team, he climbs to that second level, engages, and Devontae Smith catches that swing screen, and he's able to get up the field unabated for a gain of 6 or 7 before he's pushed out of bounds. If that's Bobby Wagner, he climbs to the second level and blocks him. If it's Frankie Louie, he climbs to the second level and blocks him. It was Jordan McGee, and he beat Jordan Mailata to the spot. Mailata was pushing at air, and he takes off, and he tackles Devontae Smith for a loss of about 2 or 3. Who else is doing that on this team? I can answer that for you. Nobody. So when you talk about Jordan McGee and what he brings to the table and why we want to see more of him, that's the play right there that you show to people and you say, this is why we need to get Jordan McGee more opportunities. That's the play right there. So I saw a little bit out of the young guys, right? Mikey with the forced fumble. Mikey's the only guy. You can talk all the shit. Mikey gave up the touchdown to Devontae. I'm going to tell you what Mikey did wrong in a second on that play. And this is where Mikey can be better. Mikey effed up on the touchdown to Dallas Goedert. And I thought that Greg Olsen did a great job of illustrating why he's supposed to sink on that play, right? You sink on that play. I don't give a shit about the Devontae Smith 5-yard route on 3rd and goal from the 15. I don't give a shit about what he's running. Let him catch that bitch, you rally up and you tackle. What I don't want is something going behind me and Mikey stopped his feet, didn't sink, didn't get more depth, That was on him as well as Quan, but it's Jartavius is Jartavius, right? Like we know what Jartavius is going to do, right? Mikey was really good tonight. Mikey's the only guy on defense, on special teams, all of that shit that can force a turnover. So before you start speaking blasphemous shit out of your mouth about Mikey, watch your tone, okay? Watch your mouth and understand that it ain't another dude on this defense, on special teams, none of that shit that's forcing turnovers. That shit is important. That gave us a chance in this game. That opening play gave us momentum. And if not for the officials being blind, if not for Marcus Mariota being blind, because he should have thrown it to Debo on that 2nd down and goal, he should have thrown it to him. Debo was open in the flats. Throw the bitch. I don't why we holding on to it. Cut it loose. It's Debo. Even if that defender gets to Debo before he can square his shoulders, it's Debo, bro. He's going to drag his little ass in the end zone for the touchdown. Throw the bitch. No, Mariota want to hold on to the shit. Anyway, Mikey's the only guy that likes nice things. So before you start running off at the mouth about Mikey's ass, Mikey's this, understand he's all we got. Sometimes I love him. Sometimes I love him not. But I ain't letting him go because he's all we got. Sometimes he nags me and complains a lot, but I ain't letting go. No, no, no. We ain't letting go of Mikey because he all we got. You want a turnover? The only person can do it is zero. Quan Martin over here trying to get an interception on a 4th down play that's going to lose us 35 yards of field position. But let dumb Jartavius tell you, I got the pick. Mama, I got the pick. No, I don't want the arm punt, dummy. Why would you want to catch that? Glad he didn't get the shit. Anyway, I thought Mikey had a solid game, but let's get to the things that Mikey didn't do well tonight. Because he's a young player. You forget very easily. Mikey's a 2nd-year guy that's playing in unfamiliar territory. Mikey is not a boundary corner, not by trade at least. He may ultimately end up being a boundary corner when it's all said and done. But on the touchdown to Goddard, that's basically a smash concept. Every team in the league runs some form of corner with a hitch or a little, that was like a little in route. The Eagles specialize in a little in route and a corner behind it. Like usually it's a hitch and a corner, smash route, smash concept, right? You have to get depth on that play. It's 3rd and goal from the 15, bro. We don't give a shit about that little in cut by, it's like 2 defenders there. If he catches it, spins to the outside, you still at the goal line, you rally up, you tackle. You tackle him at the 3. Guess what? It's 4th and goal from the 3. They got to make a decision, right? What we don't want is for them to throw it over your head like Hurts did. You got to give Hurts credit. Even though that was a wobbly duck. That shit got shot out of the air. Pop! That shit was as ugly as it gets, but it got there, though. And it was in the perfect spot for Goddard to go up and elevate and catch it for the touchdown. But Mikey's got to get depth on that play. He cannot be where he was on that particular play. He's got to sink, right? Again, he's young. He'll learn. This is a teachable moment. The one that I'm really upset about with Mikey is the one on the first touchdown to Devontae Smith. 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line, wherever they were. And Mikey's in man-to-man coverage with Devontae Smith. And he let Devontae Smith's small, skinny ass do all of this shit. All of this goddamn Harlem shaking shit. All of this shit, right? All of this head and shoulders dandruff bullshit. Man, if you don't put your 2 hands on him and shock his ass like you Blanca, I'm talking about shock the shit out of his ass. He want to do all this shit? Bow, put 2 hands on his bitch ass. That's where he messed up. He sat there and he ate all of this shit up. He ate all of it up. And then he went outside. You gave him a 2-way go. You know what you should have did? Put your damn hands on this man. Assault him at the damn line of scrimmage. You know you can do that, right? This ain't A.J. Brown. If it was A.J., I get it. Stand back there. You don't want no parts of hand-to-hand combat with A.J. Brown. You're going to lose that fight every time. This is 165 pounds soaking wet. If you don't put your damn hands on this man, Know who you going up against. He should have shocked the shit out of his ass at the line. He doing all this bullshit. Bow, 2 hands. That shit would have been dead on arrival. Jalen Hurts would have had to go somewhere else with the football. That's what they got to talk to Mikey about. Knowing who you going up against, right? You don't want him to beat you inside. You're playing with outside leverage, and you let him do all of this bullshit. And let him do all that bullshit. And then beat you to the outside, which is where you were supposed to not let him. You have no help to the inside. Oh, outside, excuse me. You really had no help either way. Go put your hands on him, man. That's how he got on that play. But outside of that, Mikey was solid. And he forced the only turnover of the day, which is the case for us. When we do force a turnover, who the hell is it usually doing it? Mikey. So you saw some good things in this game. Another really good, positive for me, Treylon Burks, man. Damn it, man. I think we got something here. I think I was wrong about Treylon Burks. I'm not yet. Nope. Not giving up a 00 yet. But boy, I'm going to tell you right now, Treylon Burks. Okay, so let's talk about him. The catch that didn't count on 3rd down, which was bullshit because that was not a holding penalty on Brandon Coleman. That catch, wow, thing of beauty, right? You're jumping over a guy. There's another defender trying to get it out of your hands, and you pluck it with all hands. Give me that. Give me that. Ah. As you're getting undercut. That's gorgeous, right? You should have drawn a pass interference penalty on the first possession in the back of the end zone, but the official was like, nah, y'all can't win this game. Can't let you start off with, you already forced the turnover. I can't give you momentum by giving you 1st and goal from the 1 yard line, even though he's clearly holding and restricting your other hand from trying to catch the football. We know you can catch it with one hand. We've seen you do it before. Do it again. Do it again. How about Treylon Burks? First play, I want to say, first possession of the second half before Mariota gets hurt. This is the possession where Cliff lost his mind and decided, run the football? Why would we do that? Why we need to run? I got Marcus Mariota in the game. Why I need to run the football? That same shit we've seen Cliff do over and over again throughout the season that we're growing very tired of. Treylon Burks stretches out on a 3rd down. And what I'm going to tell you, man, wow. Wow. What a catch. All hands, stretches out, pulls it in, gets up, fights for an additional 8 yards probably on the play. Look, drew a pass interference at the end of the game that got us to 18 points on Keely Ringo. I'm going to just tell you right now, Treylon Burks is a problem. Treylon Burks is a problem. Now, here's what Adam Peters can't do. He can't try to make Treylon Burks out to be our number 2 wide receiver. That is not what he is here to be. That is not the design of what we're trying to build. You make Treylon Burks our 3rd option, though, we got something. Because I think we can do better than Deebo Samuel, personally. I think we can do better than Deebo. I think we can do better than Deebo. Even the catch he had from Josh Johnson, how many times he tried to drop that hoe? How many times did you count? I counted 2 times he tried to drop that bitch. He caught it, though. I can't take it away from him, but I'm over Deebo, right? Like, again, now if Deebo's talking with some sense from a financial standpoint, you got my attention. But if Deebo talking about trying to go get some real money out here, hey, go ahead and go get your bread, player. Treat him like Diami last year. Oh, 10 million? Oh, yeah. Go ahead and go get that, Diami. Hey, peace and blessings to you, bro. Hope the grass is greener on the other side. But if Deebo talking with some sense, 13 mil a year, something like that. Yeah, come on. All right. Yeah, we can do this again. We can run it back. But Treylon Burks, wide receiver 3. Shit. Sign me up for that. He looks good. He looks real good. I think we got something. Between Drake Jackson, former 2nd-round pick, Treylon Burks, former 1st-round pick, I think we might have found some diamonds in the rough for guys that you know, for whether it's injury, you know, lack of production, whatever. I think we found some guys that can be young contributors moving forward that you add to this roster. Still want to see more of Drake Jackson, but shit, he better than anything else we got, right? So shout out to Jacob Martin too, man. I thought Jake played really well. He forced the fumble of Hurts. He had the tackle for loss early in the game, one of the first Saquon Barkley runs. Man, he forced a holding penalty down by the goal line too. That forced the 3rd and goal from the 15. Hey, we got to run Jake back, man. Like he's been so good this year, man. Really, really have grown a strong affinity for Jacob Martin, man. So shout out to Jake. Let's see, are there any more positives? Yeah, I think we might have touched on all of the good from this game. There wasn't a ton. I would love to see more of Bill. Again, did he get hurt? I might have missed it, you know, and he may have gotten injured at the end of the first half, and so he didn't play again in the second half of this game because this infatuation with Jeremy McNichols, like, again, we're 4-10. I don't need to see J-Mac out there on 9 down passing situations. Like, J-Mac doesn't need to get first down carries, okay? Like, I don't know why this is that hard. I don't know why this group struggles with that. Oh, we got to reward. No, you don't have to reward J-Mac for shit. J-Mac can be in on 3rd downs. That's his reward for being a great teammate, an excellent competitor, right? And a tremendous special teams player. His reward is, hey, you get in here on 3rd downs. We might throw it to you. You're going to pass protect. We trust you. Every now and again, we'll toss you a bone every now and again. You ain't obligated to give him carries. The hell are you doing? I thought Bill looked good. I thought C-Rod ran well. But again, my problem with C-Rod is he's C-Rod at the end of the day. Like, there's a play. They run the football and C-Rod bounces it to the outside. It's on the I want to say it was the first possession of the game after the turnover that we forced. And he gets the corner. And C-Rod, he steps on the gas. I mean, he mashes that bitch. And he ain't go nowhere. You ever been in a car that the transmission is going bad and you hit the gas and that shit say, ugh! and the needle on the RPMs goes from 1.5 all the way to about 6, but you don't go no faster? That was C-Rod on that run to the outside. He stepped on the goddamn gas. That shit got loud and that bitch, the RPMs went all, but you ain't shift gears though. You ain't shift gears. You ain't go no goddamn where. I'm talking about the head moving, the arms pumping. You can see. I said, don't blow out a damn tire trying to turn this corner now. If it was Bill, it might have, I won't say it would have been a touchdown. It would have definitely been a 12, 13-yard gain and a first down for sure. We need some speed at running back, man. Like, he had a run where he jumped over somebody, and I'm like, oh, this shit look like it's about to be 4 or 5. And it ain't no another gear, man. It's just C-Rod. That's the gear. C-Rod. That's the gear. And that shit, gears 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5 are all called the same thing, C-Rod. There's no difference from gear 1 to gear 5. It's all the same. Just C-Rod. He can pump his arms faster. He can be bobbing his head and all, anything he think he doing to generate more speed, but he ain't running no faster. Look, man, we got what we got, right? We got what we got. So this whole J-Mac and C-Rod thing is cool. Like, I don't mind C-Rod getting carries. Why is it that he continues to get more carries than Bill every week? We got to stop this shit. Don't keep telling me that Bill needs to be better in pass protection, but you handing the ball to J-Mac. Help me understand where your mind at, man. Because right now, I'm looking at you. You need to wash your face and get your mind right. Cold water. Cold water. Right spigot all the way on, hands under the faucet, splashing on your face and get your mind right. Shit is all backwards. I'm not understanding all of this. Shut your ass up, Jackson. Ain't nobody gassing him up like he gives. He just need more opportunities. Ain't nobody say he was elite. Shut your ass up. I don't care if you get butt hurt and you leave. Listen to what I'm saying. Stop making up narratives. Like I said. Now let's get to the bad, because I think that's all the good from the game. I don't really think I don't really think there was a lot more to discuss that was good from this game. Let's start with injuries. We can't have nice things. Soon as we start talking about Jalen Lane potentially breaking a record here, he's already tied the rookie record. He's already tied the most returns in a season, right? At 2. Now we start getting greedy. Hey, hold on, man. Yeah, I'm trying to throw AP an alley. Hey, you might get you an all-pro Pro Bowler out of this rookie, out of this rookie draft class from 2025. We trying to throw him the oop. AP was like, hey, I might dunk this bitch. Let's see what we can do. And that's 2. Can I get one more? Soon as we start talking about Jalen Lane, the Pro Bowler, the All-Pro, first punt we force in the game. And I talked about this already. I said, one thing that we don't do is we don't block. We don't block for this man. So when we finally do force a punt, the first thing that you see is a dude in his face immediately. Jordan Love is down, and oh shit. Here we go. Here we go. I can tell you this right now, if you're watching the Bears game, if Jordan Love isn't able to return, I bet you Malik come in this bitch, and this is what elite coach. I won't call him elite. This is what good coaches do. I actually really think Matt LaFleur is a really good coach. I just think that Packers fans are tired of not winning big, right? Watch what happens when Malik come in the game. He gonna change the whole offense. The shit is gonna be different, but they gonna be effective. Malik is gonna be a runner. They gonna run this bitch. They gonna throw it a little bit, but it's gonna look competent. Watch what this shit look like if Jordan Love ain't able to come in here. Switch the whole shit up, and it's going to be effective. Anyway, soon as we start touting, hyping up Jalen Lane, what happened? And I've said this all year. We don't force punts, but when we do finally force them, we won't block. We let the gunners on the other team get down there and be ready to hit this man as soon as he touched the ball. Soon as he touched the ball tonight, they down it around the man, legs, ankles, and shit. He bend back awkwardly, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, shit, he probably going to get hurt. But he popped up, and I was like, okay, he good. Whew, we dodged a bullet because that was an ugly tackle. Then shout out to my girl, Condo P, a.k.a. Miss P, a.k.a. Playoff P, a.k.a. the legendary Miss P. She puts in the comment section, Commanders update, Jalen Lane questionable to return. And I'm like, oh, God, damn. Why? Jordan Love is fine. He going to the tent, but he going to be all right. I think I think his lineman hit him in his head. He took a helmet-to-helmet shot. Then his lineman hit him in the head too. So it was all bad there. But boop. Yeah, helmet to helmet. He gonna be all right. Malik Willis come in, and I guarantee you, shit look a little different. He gonna be in the gun. They're gonna be running RPOs, read option, all that good shit. But the offense still gonna function at a high level. Matt'll switch this bitch up with the quickness. Anyway, now Lane hurt, ankle injury, did not return. Probably the end of his season. Of course it is. Of course it is. We the Commanders, bro. We don't get to have nice things. How dare you start talking about this man as a Pro Bowl, all-pro caliber player? Oh, yeah? I got something for your ass. Don't you worry. No, you stay right there. Stay right there. I got something for your ass. It reminded me of White Man Can't Jump. Remember the dude that said, you know what? No. Stay right there. I'm going to my car. And I'm going to shoot both of y'all ass. And everybody scattered, jumped, and he went to go get his gun. That's how it's like when we start talking about Jalen Lane. He saw the injury report said, oh, I'm going to my car. I'm going to get my gun. And I'm getting any goddamn body that you think going to help you try to do some shit. Marcus Mariota, pop. Jalen Lane, pop. You got anybody else? Any other difference makers? Johnny Newton. Nah, I'm playing. Hey, shout out to Johnny Newton, though. Anyway. Obviously, the Marcus injury sucked because it sucked the life out of this game. You know, I was having fun. I'm going to be honest. I was having fun the first half of this game. This was fun. Marcus got hurt, and it wasn't fun anymore. It felt like the rest of the season. It felt like torture. Like somebody was holding my eyes open with toothpicks. I wanted to shut them, and they just stuck a toothpick between my two eyelids and forced them shits open. No, you gonna watch this shit. Yeah. Brandon Coleman getting hurt. Like, again, I told like this game was a microcosm of our season, right? Just you hate to see it, but it is what it is. Let's talk about the tackling, because the tackling, you know what? I don't want to keep blaming the players. I don't want to do that. We've done that enough. It's old. Let's talk about the people that put these guys on the field. Oh, I do want to say one more positive. Bobby Wagner was really good today. I know you guys are trying to run Bobby out of town. He's old. He's this, he's that. Bobby was spectacular today. I just wanted to add that in there. I know you don't care. You want Bobby out of here. I get it. Yeah, just Bobby was good today. I just wanted to add that in. But let's talk about Adam Peters for a second. Then we'll go down the list. Adam Peters, then Dan Quinn, then Cliff. Then we'll get to the skill game, your comments, and all that good stuff. Well, Malik Willis on that quarterback here, what'd I tell you? On 4th and 1, what'd I tell you? Because they got a real innovative coach. What'd I say? They're going to run this RPO. They're going to run this read option. It's going to look totally different than Jordan Love being in the game, but this shit finna be, it's about to be effective. I watch football. I do this shit, man. Keep that bitch on 4th and 1. Malik about to run the shit out this football, and the threat of him running is going to scare them shitless, and he going to get some opportunities to throw the bitch too. But they about to run this hoe. It's about to look totally different till Jordan Love come back, if Jordan Love come back. Play action fake. Malik using his legs. Like I said, shit's about to get real for Chicago. This a whole different. This might be the worst thing that could have happened to them for a little bit, because Malik about to come in here and he about to run that bitch. He might do something dumb, but Malik, the times he's played in Green Bay, he protected the football and they ran the shit out of that thing. Malik about to come in here and bless these boys. Watch what's about to happen. And Matt LaFleur about to change the whole shit up on their ass. We not capable of doing that. We ain't capable of doing that. Anyway, I digress. So Adam Peters was down on the sidelines tonight as we were getting our ass whooped in the second half. Outscored 22-8 in the second half of this game, right? He's on the sidelines in this nice little jacket, looking dapper. And I could only think to myself, we watching Josh Johnson in the 4th quarter of a game that we had a shot in because your monkey ass decided, after watching the bullshit that you subjected us to this preseason between Sam Hartman and Josh Johnson, you thought it was a good ass idea to keep these two bastards around instead of going out and getting a real competent third quarterback. The minute that Jaden got hurt, this shit was a problem. We talked about it in the preseason. Neither one of them should have been here. You should have been scouring the NFL streets for a real third quarterback, not a 38, 39-year-old journeyman quarterback who's washed. A real third quarterback. The minute that, and if you wanted to go into the season just say, hey, we got a long ways to go before we even got to entertain this guy seeing the field. Okay, fine. The minute that Jaden got hurt in week 2, you should have been picking up the phone calling Jeff Driscoll. Hey, Jeff, you still think you want to play some football? So don't you raise your glass, won't you? Yeah, you still think we can get that deal with Rockefeller? Should have been calling. I advocated for it in the summer. Where's Jeff Driscoll? You telling me Jeff Driscoll wouldn't have come in and played way better than that bullshit we saw from Josh Johnson tonight? We are watching Josh Johnson in an NFL game, and we might have to watch Josh Johnson start an NFL game with Sam Hartman as his backup quarterback in 5 days on Christmas versus the Cowboys. You know whose fault that is? Adam Peters. Adam Peters. Oh, you know what? Before I continue to go on my Adam Peters, Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury tirade, Terry McLaurin was really good tonight. I do need to say that. And you know what I also came to the conclusion of? Our season would have gone a lot differently had Terry just been healthy. Do you know the difference he makes? You know how many weeks we struggled just off the strength of, I ain't got no receivers, so we can just load the box and stop the run. You know how many games we could have won if Terry was just healthy? You see what it is out there, man. Number 2 corners can't cover him, and number 1 struggle with him. I have these discussions, and for years I've watched. I'm telling y'all, what I tell y'all, they're going right down the field with Malik Willis, man. I do this shit, man. I watch football. The worst thing that can happen to the Bears tonight is Malik Willis getting this hole because they ain't prepared for this shit, and it's going to look totally different. Matt LaFleur got a Malik Willis playbook, and he got a Jordan Love, and he ready. That shit is in the clip. In his hip. All he got to do is cock that bitch and press the trigger. But he ready with that shit. Not like our coaches. Marcus Mariota come into the game in the middle of a game and the shit go sideways. Terry McLaurin is so good. And the thing I struggle with, I'm watching the Rams. I'm watching these teams that it don't matter. No Devontae Adams, it don't matter. Puka, 12 catches, 237, and 2 touchdowns. It don't matter. Yeah, and we struggle. We struggle to get our number 1 to football. Why is that? You don't think teams know Puka getting the ball and Sean McVay still get him the damn football? You don't. And I know Terry ain't Puka, but Terry ain't no chump. He ain't no chump. Why we can't get him the football? This shit is maddening. Don't talk to me about what the defense doing. None of that bullshit. We wasting a number 1 receiver over here. Sick of this shit. And I'm telling you right now, had he been healthy this year, the season would have been different. I'm starting to believe he was the most important guy that got hurt. Obviously, outside of Jaden. We could have survived, though, in them non-Jaden games if Terry was just healthy. Because it changed everything. You can't be down here overcommitting to the run. Because if Terry, you saw what happened when he got one-on-one. We've seen it how many weeks now? Every time Terry in a game, we go vertical with Terry and he catching the ball down the field. He did it against Kansas City. He did it in this game. He did it against the Giants. Every time he is around, he did it against the Raiders. You can't come up here being nosy because if he get one-on-one, he gonna win. That wasn't no good throw from Mariota. He caught that bitch on his back damn shoulder and snatched that bitch over like, nah, that's mine. I watched Terry make a damn sideline catch last week on a terribly thrown ball all the way behind him like this. Don't tell me he don't have hands, man. The man fell down and caught a pass this week from the seat of his pants. He's a real number one, and we don't get him the ball every week. We fail to make this man impactful every week. I'm sick of that shit, man. At first, I thought it was just him. Like, nah, we ain't got, like, Terry's all right, but he ain't really, like, he ain't like the rest of these dudes. Bullshit. Shout out to my guy, Ed. Bullshiggity. Bullshiggity. That's a good-ass play. That's a good-ass play. That was a good throw. Anyway, I'm just disappointed. Terry was outstanding tonight. But what's new? What's new? Anyway, I just had to add that in because I don't want to forget. It's easy to forget and dismiss our guy Terry because he's an afterthought because he only gets 5 targets a game. We treat him like he's a number 2 or a number 3 receiver instead of a number 1. Meanwhile, we watch A.J. Brown get about 19 targets in the first half of this game and 8 catches by halftime. Our guy has to struggle to get 3 catches a game. It's just, it's hard for me to process on a weekly basis. I'm watching Puka Nacua get 15 targets and 12 catches, but our guy can only get 3 catches every week. I struggle, but that's just me. Whatever. Anyway. So back to Adam Peters. We had to watch Josh Johnson play in a professional NFL game because you decided that after watching a preseason, I'm not bullshitting. I'm not being facetious here. I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all. Between Sam Hartman and Josh Johnson, I think I watched the worst combination of quarterback play in the preseason I've ever seen in my life. I'm not bullshitting you. It didn't matter who was in. You were going to get at least a pick. And it was going to be an egregious pick, and we weren't going to have a shot to move the football. And you thought that not only was it okay to keep one of them, you kept both of them. Okay, Sam Hartman's Jaden Daniels' best friend on the team. You want to keep him around for comedic relief. He's a good guy for the locker room. Okay, fine, you get one. He doesn't have to play. He's the one that doesn't have to see the field. So it's okay, right? Why is Josh Johnson here? He ain't funny. He ain't young. He ain't none of that shit. Why he here? Why you think it's important to keep him around? He damn sure can't play football at 38, 39 years old. He's ass. So why he here? Because it's comfortable? Because it's easy? What did Jeff Driscoll do anyway? Why is he not here? I'm lost. I'm not understanding. Anyway, okay. So we watching Josh Johnson in an NFL game because of you. We know the receiver position was shit this year and injuries again. You were the one that decided that Noah Brown was going to stay healthy, something he's never done in his NFL career to this point, something that he didn't do last year. But you decided that this year was going to be different. Not like the first 8 years of his career. This year was going to be different. He was going to stay totally healthy, never get hurt. And so you didn't need to do nothing at the receiver position. So you thought it was okay to have Chris Moore and KJ Osborne and all of these other guys around, and they would be fine. And we'd be fine. We'll be fine. We got Luke McCaffrey. We got Jalen Lane. We drafted. We'll be fine. You did that. That's on you. I look at the cornerback position, and I saw depth, but after our first 5 corners, right? And you shouldn't have to go past 5, right? Like, right? But we had 5 guys, right? Noah Igbenogany, Jonathan Jones, Mikey Sainristil, Trey Amos, Marshawn Lattimore. You shouldn't have to go past 5. But in the event that you should have to go past 5, who you got? Who's the developmental guy on the bench? Who you got? We got nothing. Last week, y'all were telling me Antonio Hamilton Sr., man. Hey, look out for Antonio Hamilton Sr. Man, stop that shit, man. Stop that, Aki, before I send shots to your body. Stop that shit. We had nothing. You see what we were putting out there at cornerback today? We got dudes playing 18 yards off. A.J. Brown ran an assortment of hitches, 2-yard in routes, and slants. We playing 15 yards off because we don't want to give nothing up. A.J. Brown runs a 4.5. At this point in his career, he probably run a 4.6. And we playing 20 yards off of this man because we don't want to get run by. This is what we have at the cornerback position. AP, you did this. This is your doing, bro. Talk to me. Make it make sense. You went out and got, and look, Preston Smith been setting physical edges here of late. Von Miller been, Von Millerin. Like, okay. You went out and got all the oldest edge rushers you could find. You did this. Like, again, injuries, I get it. Wasn't supposed to be this way. I'm aware. We're watching this team play. We're the oldest roster in football by a mile, and we're watching we're at the end of a lost season, and we don't have young guys that we get to take a look at. Why? Because you didn't accumulate enough of them. You didn't accumulate enough of them. So instead, we watching old players play out the string in a lost season, which has given us nothing to look forward to. We clinging to Traylon Burks and Drizzy Drake Jackson and Mikey Sainra still. Like, this is what we clinging to. Because we got to watch Sheldon Day break into the backfield. Not, again, what's the purpose of the UCF defensive tackle that we got on the practice squad? What's the purpose of him being here? What's the purpose of all of these young undrafteds that we got on the practice squad? What's the purpose of them being here if we got to watch Sheldon Day break into the backfield to get a spin move put on him so Saquon can run for 60? Quan Martin, no. Jartavius Martin miss another tackle. What's the purpose of all of these young guys that you claim are good enough to be on the practice? What's the point in a 4-10 season if we got to watch Sheldon Day break into the backfield so he can miss a tackle, so Saquon can run for 60 yards? What we doing? What's the point? What's the purpose? Help me. I'm lost. I don't know where I am. Help me. Give me a map. Show me the directions. I'm lost. Like DQ, I'm lost. Help me. I don't know where I am. Help me. Because I'm still trying to figure this shit out. I'm still trying to navigate. What are we doing? Why can't I see Ricky True Lies in my barber? Why can't I see Ricky Barber? Why do I have to watch Sheldon Day? Is he that bad? If he's that bad, why is he here? Sheldon Day isn't the answer. It's nighttime. I don't need Sheldon Day. Let me see Ricky Barber. We need a cut. Take me to the barber. Nope. Here's Sheldon Day. Okay. Fine. You told me TJ Mag was supposed to be a guy that you were interested in. Where is he? Where is he? We saw him against Denver. Where's 59? Don't tell me that now that 93 is active, 59 can't be. Why can't I see 59? Who's stopping him? What do we have that's stopping TJ Mag from getting some looks? You told me he earned them. So where is he? Here's what I will say. Oh, I forgot this positive. I did forget this positive. Let me go back. I told you I had a lot to say. Hey, ain't nobody coming in our shit, disrespecting us, talking shit, and don't expect to get their ass whooped. If I can say something, the other day I was talking to Ken and I said, we got a bunch of nice guys. They're not going to hurt anybody. They said, bullshit, Louie T. Let them come in here talking some shit. We leaving here with something. We might not get a win on the field, but we whooping ass. Tyler Steen thought shit was sweet. Or I'm going to come in here, I'm going to talk some shit, I'm going to put my hand in the face of one of these commanders, and we jumped his ass. Get his bitch ass up out of here. We won something today. I'm proud of them for saying, nah, get his bitch ass up out of here. 56, 5 of y'all, jump his ass. Don't come in here with that bullshit. This our house. Jump his monkey ass. And we damn sure jumped on his bitch ass. I was never more proud of the team this year than that sequence right there. Get his ass. I felt like the white dude on All About the Benjamins at the beginning. Get his ass, baby. Get his ass. They jumped his ass like a pack of commanders. Cheers to that shit. Come in our house. Yeah, you about to clinch the division. Don't be talking no shit. Get his ass, baby. Get his ass. Jump the shit out of his bitch ass. And Tyler Steen ain't no goddamn backup. Jump this bitch ass. Get him out of here. And he got thrown out the game. 2-for-1 special. Get your bitch ass out of here. Anyway. Teach your boy how to squabble. That's right. KD Beats. Next time, teach your man how to squabble. Jump this whole ass. Anyway. Back to me bitching about Adam Peters, DQ, and Cliff. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Like I was saying. AP put us in this position. Shit is nasty to watch. Injuries aside, he could have done better. We digress and we progress to Dan Quinn. I'm going to say this, and I said this before. I'm going to say it again. Had DQ taken over the defensive play calling responsibility sooner, this team would have been better off. You can say what you want about the defense. You can say about what we don't have, what we do have, what we did have. The defense is better. Yep, the Vikings game happened. But you know what else did happen? The Dolphins game, the Broncos game, and this game. The Giants game. They all happened. And 4 out of those 5 games, the defense wasn't half bad. It wasn't great in none of them. Maybe the Dolphins game. They were really good, but the offense wasn't. But they were good enough. It was a stark contrast from the bullshit that we were exposed to. Now, granted, it wasn't Detroit's offense. It wasn't Dallas's offense. It wasn't Kansas City. F Kansas City. We should have beat them that night. They ain't even all that. It wasn't Seattle's all. F Seattle. Sam Darnold is a disgrace. But all them teams ran just roughshod over us. DQ would have taken over this defense earlier. This shit would have looked different, and he would have had more talent. Instead of that being Mikey or Antonio Hamilton Sr. or Jonathan Jones on the outside, it would have been Trey Amos out there. It is what it is. DQ took too goddamn long to take over this defense. That said, DQ washed, man. Hey, DQ washed, bro. I hate this for him. I'm a ride. Because what's the alternative? They're not getting rid of him. But DQ washed. How you throw a challenge flag after the league has already had an expedited review that said we short? How you throw a challenge flag? Help me. Help me. I'm lost. Help me. Give me a map. Show me the directions. Give me some GPS. Help me find my way. I'm lost. Help me. Because I just need answers. What are we doing again? Where are we going? You really thought they was finna overturn that? Interesting. All right. In a league where innovative head coaches, in a league where offensive-minded head coaches rule the day, and they're the outliers, like a John Harbaugh, like a Mike McDonald. They're outliers. I don't even think he's a great head coach, but he's really good. He's really good at defense. And he's not even calling the plays right now, but he's a part of it. D'Amico Ryans. In a league where offensive coaches rule the day and innovation is key, it's the top of the pile. We got an old curmudgeon head coach who's stuck in his ways, who's stuck in the 2000s, who ain't innovative. He's just a leader of men. He don't know no other way to be. He ain't creative. And tonight was an indictment on DQ. Because he'll always be stuck in a defensive posture. The only thing that I love about DQ is that because of that defensive posture, because the offensive coach, they brazen. They win the toss, they want the ball because they think they finna score. My shit finna work. My shit gonna hit. Defensive dudes are like, yeah, nah, I want the ball at halftime. Put my defense on the field first. That's the only thing I like about DQ. Other than that, he's a defensive posture coach who always thinks from a defensive lens. Ain't nothing creative about him. The only reason that he was aggressive last year was because of Jaden. We've seen him this year. He ain't been aggressive on fourth downs. This is who he really is. This that same Riverboat Ron shit that we fell into when we said, oh, Riverboat Ron, everybody psyched this up. His ass wasn't aggressive. He was aggressive when it was convenient. When the shit got real and we needed to go for it against Philadelphia, in Philadelphia, with a tired defense, and we had walked it down the field and Jahan Dotson caught the touchdown to put us in a position to win the game. What did Ron Rivera do? Riverboat Ron. He kicked the damn extra point. Why? Because he was a bitch. Scared to gamble. But they gave him a nickname, a cool-ass nickname like Riverboat Ron. He don't deserve that shit because he ain't like that. And DQ last year, he fooled us. Because we thought, oh, he liked that. Nah, he out here rolling the dice. He hot on the craps table. He hot. The dice is hot. DQ is out here rolling them bitches. Throwing them bitches off the backboard. And they coming up nice. 8, winner. Yeah! 9, winner. Yeah! That's because he had Jaden Daniels. He back to throwing them bitches. 7. Craps. 11. He ain't shit. It's 4th and 6 from your own 42, we gonna call it. You're down 21-10. Greg Olsen was he was a 2-pack of ass tonight. Greg Olsen was calling the game. A whole ass smelly 2-pack of ass. But he said something that I thought was spot on. He's like, what is Dan Quinn doing, bro? You're down 11. There's less than 8 minutes to go in the game. You're not getting multiple possessions. What difference does it make if you lose by 30? If you lose by 11, you're still losing the game. You just need to go for it here. DQ ain't got no backbone, man. He out here worried about, because I done lost 8 straight at one point, 5 of which by 3 touchdowns. I can't afford another one of those. Can't put another one of those in the books because they're going to add them up. They're going to say that's 6 of them. I can't have that on my resume. They're going to fire me. Are you trying to win or not, bro? I know we want. It's Josh Johnson. I get it. I know what he's going to say after the game. Hey, well, we had Josh Johnson in the game, and we just started in that spot right there with the way the offense was going. And we needed to punt the football. What you think? Y'all gonna create a turnover? Yeah, right. DQ was more interested at the end of this game in not getting blown out instead of trying to win. That's where he is mentally. And that's who he is as a coach. That's our head coach. Instead of worrying about winning, he's worried about not getting blown out. Well, guess what? You already lost the game, bro. And somebody in the mob said something so poignant. And I thought it was so spot on. Because players can sense the shit. They know it. They can see it. They can smell bullshit a mile away. The players have a bullshit meter that reads everything, and it sounds the alarm the minute that some bullshit hits. DQ, with about 7:50 left in this game, waved a white flag. When you punt on 4th and 6 down 21-10 from your own 42-yard line, let's call it. I don't know where we were. We were somewhere close to midfield. You punt the football, you're waving a white flag. We're conceding defeat. We just don't want to get our brains bashed in at this point. So you know what his team did? They followed suit. Hey, if you giving up, we giving up. So what happened on the next possession? Sheldon Day missed the tackle. Jartavius Martin missed the tackle. What's new? Hell, even Bobby Wagner missed the tackle. They let the rope go on that last Eagles possession. And that's why, you know what they say? You know what? F this. We finna fight somebody. They talking shit, bitch. You talking shit, bitch? Yeah, they talking shit. Okay. Got something for your ass. But they let the rope go. That was the worst defensive possession we saw all day. You think it's a coincidence after your head coach waves the white flag and punts instead of going for it on 4th down? You think the players don't understand what's going on here? Oh, he ain't trying to win the game. He think we already lost. Well, then I guess we already lost then. And what preceded was the worst defensive possession. This is off the strength of a 3-and-out. The defense got a 3-and-out the possession before. They hadn't quit. They hadn't given up. They were still fighting. You quit. You quit, so they quit. You see how this shit works? A team is a splitting image of their head coach. You set the tone. If you go down swinging, so do they. You went down in a whimper, scared, so did they. Other than the fight. Other than the fight. That's DQ as a head coach, though. Old, outdated, outmatched, outwitted. This is what we got. And if 5 don't save us, if AP don't put together a roster, because I don't think Nick Sirianni is a great head coach. I don't think he's a great head coach at all. At all. He's got a great roster that was been put together for him, and all he's got to do is not let it fall the hell apart. That's it. The only way DQ survives here is if Adam Peters puts together a good roster, Jaden Daniels stays healthy, and plays at the level that we know he's capable of. That can save Dan Quinn. Because Dan Quinn is a master motivator. That's all he's good for. He ain't X's and O's. He can call a defense. Let him go up against a Shanahan-coached offense, and his ass is going to get blown out, and we won't have a shot. We'll never win anything here of note because you're going to run into one of these Shanahan disciples at some point on your path to the Super Bowl, and you're going to get worked over because DQ he ain't figured that shit out yet. That's a Rubik's Cube that he don't have an answer to. I'm going to keep rocking with DQ, but I can tell you right now, games like this are very telling. Not only did it show that DQ should have taken over, and we've already talked about this, but he should have taken over as the defensive coordinator sooner. But because he's so loyal to a fault, he didn't take over. He kept giving Joe Witt Jr. opportunities to sink this defense and sink this team further and further into the depths of hell. He would have taken over sooner. We might have had a shot sooner. And then tonight, you saw a guy that was he waved the white flag. He waved it 2 weeks ago against Minnesota. when Jaden Daniels went down. And look, we weren't going to win that game. I get it. We weren't going to win tonight. But it's the message you send to your team, right? And no, Jaden should not have gone back in the game, by the way. He did make the right call, because only reason he did make that call is because he made the wrong call versus Seattle. He's only doing shit based off of overcorrecting for shit he's done before that's been a mistake. I'm saying all of this to say I don't know if this DQ shit's going to work. I'm going to ride. I mean, what choice do I have? I'm going to ride. But the reality of the situation is this shit's probably not going to end well for us. All we can hope is that Jaden Daniels is exactly what we think he is. I have no doubts about that. And Adam Peters, who I think we have questions, does he have the answers this offseason? Can they put together an ironclad roster that allows us to overcompensate for a basic-ass head coach and a basic-ass offensive play caller? Let's get to Cliff. Let's get to Cliff. Because Cliff basic as shit. I'm so sick of Cliff. And I'm actually a fan of his because I've gone back and watched some shit from last year, and I just found myself being amazed at the shit that Cliff was able to do last year. But Cliff ain't the same guy this year. And the same shit that we complained about last year, we still complaining about this year. So that shit is accurate. But Cliff ain't the same guy. This whole Cliff, not wanting to run the football thing it's old. I'm over it. It's whatever. We know who Cliff is at his core. He's a former quarterback. Former quarterbacks want to throw the football. So I ain't even tripping. But the possession Mariota got hurt on really pissed me off tonight because Kyle Manunga. Whew. You want blitz? Ben Johnson like, you want blitz? Okay, got something for your ass. You want blitz? I got something for you. Cliff is so predictable. And what do I mean by being predictable? I'll give you a great example. And he doesn't adjust. And it's frustrating because I already talked about not getting Terry the ball. That shit bothers me. Like that's the biggest infraction is not getting Terry the football. That shit is a problem for me. But okay. You're not getting. He ain't the first coordinator here in Washington to not get Terry the accurate and the right amount of targets and touches. He's not the first. He won't be the last, probably. But whatever. That's a damning, incriminating infraction by itself. But you fast forward to Mariota getting hurt, and we've already talked about. Caleb living dangerously. He living dangerously. We already talked about the difference between when Jaden's out there and when Marcus is out there and what the play calling looks like. And it ain't for the best. Boy, McKinney ain't too many times he got his hands on the ball like that this year and ain't pick it off. Woo, Caleb be out here living dangerous, boy. Somebody told me Caleb Downs is like that. That's the difference right there. If you got a Caleb Downs, you might be like Jartavis ain't making no plays like that, man. He ain't about that life. Another little screen. This time the Packers was ready for that shit. They got to kick a field goal. So maybe you get a Caleb Downs and he might be able to make some of these plays that we know Quan ain't making a damn thing on. But we done already talked about Cliff not, being consistent when it comes to how he calling the game, getting under center, using the run game. Jaden gets in there, we emptying the set, and Jaden throwing this shit all over the field, and you just like, what happened to the run? But Josh Johnson gets in the game, and I get it. It's your third string quarterback, bro. Like, boy, that wind is howling. That shit shaking the goalpost. Okay. He still missed. Oh, he went in. It went in. That shit looked like it missed, boy. That's got to be some tough ass conditions to kick in, man. Yikes. That ball did a whole ass tango. Barely made it through the uprights. If that shit was 2 yards back further, a yard back further, to hell with 2. 1, he missed. That shit hit the uprights. And it's no good. Anyway. So, Cliff, first of all, I didn't love the sequence of play calling down by the goal line on the first possession when we stole a possession with Mikey, forcing a fumble. It wasn't terrible. This wasn't egregious like the Minnesota, set of downs. But you run it on the first down, you get down there, you're not able to get in. You go play action fake to Debo. I thought he was open. Mario's got to throw the goddamn football. Whatever. He doesn't. And then Burks gets held in the back of the end zone. They don't call it. Okay. Kick the field goal. You get to a third down. Josh Johnson's in the game. And to me, you got to change your whole style of play. Josh Johnson's in now. You got to figure out a way to trick the defense. Josh Johnson can't beat him straight up. You can't drop Josh Johnson back, empty the set, and have him read the field. Josh Johnson's a clown. He's 38 years old. He's been on 15 different NFL rosters. There's a reason why nobody's ever loved Josh Johnson. He's always been the mistress. He's never been the bride, right? It's always the side chick. Why? Because he's never been wifey material, ever, in his career. There's some things you like, but ultimately, you can't take him home to your parents. So what you got to do is you got to get creative. So on 3rd and 1, when everybody in the stadium, including the Philadelphia Eagles, knows that this is a run. And not only is it just a run, it's a run off the left side where we've been living and eating this season. How about you run a boot? Did that ever cross your mind? Boot action. Did you see Kevin O'Connell run a boot with J.J. McCarthy, and he hides the ball so well, and he gritties into the end zone? I know it's in the playbook because you ran that same stinking ass naked boot for Jaden 15 times last year. And if not for Jaden being a world-class athlete, we would have failed on about 17 4th downs last year because that seemed to be one of your favorite plays on 4th down last year. And Jaden had to make guys miss and outrun guys to the corner to get the first down. So I know the shit is in the damn playbook somewhere. How about a boot? And you sneak one of your tight ends that you hate throwing the ball. You absolutely hate throwing the ball to the tight ends. How about you sneak one of the tight ends off this boot action into the flats and you throw it to him for the first down instead of running into the Eagles' teeth of their defense and getting stopped for a 3-yard loss and punting? Just an idea. That possession to start the second half from Cliff is the reason why I'm done with Cliff. If they said, you know what, we're gonna move on, and the whole notion of Mike McDaniel coming here is dead. I know you saw the Bleacher Report article today that basically said next year he'll be in a hot seat. He's not in danger of losing his job this year, and I don't think he should lose his job this year anyway. I see Malik Willis about to lead the Packers to a win on the road. They probably gonna score a touchdown this time. They ain't get in last time. They're gonna score a touchdown. Yeah, what you see all of this read option, RPO, you're gonna see a lot of that fake handoff from the gun, because that's where Malik Willis is at his best. And because they got a real play caller that can adjust. Woo, he had him wide open. Malik ain't that ain't who he is, though. They might come back to that. He had Watson wide ass open, screaming down the middle of the football field. He still got a big chunk to Musgrave. Toss to Jacobs. They're going to call holding right there. Watch. Let me see if they throw the flag. No, they didn't throw the flag. Good for them. Because every time somebody fall on the ground, it ain't a holding penalty. If it was us, they would have threw the flag for holding. But Cliff, to me, he doesn't adjust to what the defense is doing. He doesn't adjust to who his quarterback is. He doesn't adjust to the situation. He just call plays. And as a play caller, to me, that's the worst thing you can do is just call plays. Like Cliff just picking plays off the sheet randomly. There ain't no rhyme or reason to the shit he doing. He don't set nothing up. We don't see some shit that we ran earlier in the game, and now this is what we're running off of it. We don't see some shit that we ran 2 weeks ago to show it on film so that we could set this up to now run this shit. Won't do none of that. You know how many teams I see like, oh, that's cute. They ran this earlier in the game. Now they running this off of it. Won't do none of that. Cliff don't do none of that shit. We don't stick with the run. And this whole build thing is this. And again, as a play caller, you can control who's in the game. You can say, hey, get me Bill in the game. I don't even think he liked Bill. The way he talk about J-Mac and the way he talk about Bill and the way he talk about C-Rod, like, I don't even think he liked. And I get it. Bill, fumbled the ball, a little bootleg. He fumbled the ball a bunch of times this year. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, he fumbled. He fumbled last week. You gotta keep feeding the young fella though. Like, that's the future. C-Rod ain't under contract next year. J-Mac ain't under contract next year. They ain't young. C-Rod might be. I don't know exactly how old C-Rod is, but he ain't under contract next year. I mean, he probably gonna be here. Cliff is basic. He's a basic play caller to me. And I've been really disappointed in how he's gone about his business this year. Throw it away, Malik. Throw it away, Malik. Or do that. Or do that, Malik. Or do that. Or do that, Malik. I don't see the things that the more and more I watch Cliff Kingsbury as an offensive coordinator, the more I realized that last year was a byproduct of Jaden Daniels just being great. How many games last year can you think of that you go, man, Cliff was in his bag in this game? I can think of, that's one for sure. I only got one. I think there were, I'm lying. That's two. I can think of two from last year where I remember coming to y'all after that particular game and saying, man, this shit Cliff doing is amazing. This spacing is like basketball on grass. The Arizona game where he got the game ball last year, that shit was amazing. The Jaden run for the touchdown, the Terry end zone, back of the end zone, which that ended up being a staple, and it's still a staple. That's the play that they threw to Debo against Minnesota, and that's the same play that they threw to Burks, which is what I'm telling you. Like, he got his staple plays that he keeps going back to over and over. If I'm playing the Commanders, how many times can you run the Zach Ertz, little option Texas route where he looked like he's going outside and he going inside and then you just throw it to him? How many times you gonna run that? How many times you gonna run that concept where you got the dig on the back line of the end zone? You ran it to Terry against the Cardinals last year. You ran it to Diami against the Bucks in the playoff game. You ran it to Debo, and I'm pretty sure we've run it a bunch more times, right? You ran it to Debo in the Vikings game, and it should have been caught. And then you ran it again today to Treylon Burks, and should have been pass interference, but it wasn't. So same concept, right? He doesn't really change a lot of the things that he does. He has plays that he goes to in certain situations, and I can tell you what they're going to be. And if I can tell you, and I'm just a Joe Schmo at home watching the game, I'm pretty sure the opposition should be able to tell you. Now, can you stop it? I mean, how many times we saw the same Zach Ertz play and they didn't stop the shit? And that same back of the end zone dig route, the shit's been there every single time. Debo should have caught it last week, and Burks was pass interference with. So, I don't know. Teams still haven't been able to really stop it. But I said all of that to say this. It was Arizona game last year. It was the Detroit game. That was Cliff's best game, the Detroit game. He had them off balance. I thought he called a masterful game. It was a masterpiece. It was a masterclass last year. I ain't seen that kind of Cliff this year at all. At all. And I'm just disappointed in him. lack of stick-to-itiveness with the run, his indecisiveness on, you know, what he wants to do. We got to be the worst screen team in football. To me, like the screen we ran to Debo tonight, that shit was a thing of beauty. God dang it. That screen to Debo was awesome. Awesome. What I tell y'all about Malik and his QB keep? Oh, they marking him short. It looked like he had it. They marking him short. Quarterback sneak. He got it. That shit to Debo where you send Bill in motion, you fake the wide receiver, the running back swing screen, and then you got Debo who fakes like he's going out to be a stop blocker, comes back in hard and catches. Where that shit been at, bro? Where it been at? All these weak-ass screens we've been running this season, and you've been having this shit in your back pocket this whole entire time, and we ain't seen it until week 16? What are we doing? What happened to the Austin Eckler screen we saw in week 2 versus the Giants last year, where we threw the bitch all the way out to the sidelines? Remember that? Remember that? Did the ball come out? The Bears got the ball. Packers ain't trying to win the game, man. They ain't trying to win the game. They are not trying to win the game. Bears got that damn football. Unbelievable. Josh Jacobs good for a fumble, too. He good for a fumble. Every now and again, he good for one. That shit out. And the Bears got it. Let it go. The Bears got the shit. So, we saw some dope-ass screens last year. The joint to Austin Eckler where you fake it one way and then X all the way on the sidelines, you throw it to him, and it's a convoy in front of him. Remember the middle screen we threw last year to, I want to say it was to Zach Ertz, like one of the tight ends. I want to say it was a middle screen. It was gorgeous. And we was like, yo, Cliff is in his bag, bro. We ain't seen none of them shits this year. We used to say this about Scott Turner. Scott Turner act like once you run a play once that you got to burn the shit. Hey, I ran that. That's dead. Cliff got his certain plays where he'll run them shits into the ground. And then he got plays where you see the shit once and he don't run it no more. You're like, where that's at? That Debo screen? Like, where that shit been at, bro? That's Debo in his element. You've been throwing these weak-ass screens to Debo that's been losing yards all season, and you got this nice, cute-ass screen in your back pocket this whole entire time? Shit is crazy, bro. Anyway, I digress. I don't think we winning shit of note with this group as constructed right now. But I'm riding. You give me a strong offseason, and the only reason I'm riding is because we got 5. My belief in 5 is of the highest belief. It's just the top of the pile, right? Can't get any higher. I believe in 5, and you put some good talent around 5, we gonna have a shot. And I actually think DQ is the play caller because I don't think he's relinquishing this. I know a lot of y'all are like, let's see who DQ hired. I don't think DQ hiring a mother person. DQ finna call these plays moving forward. That's what it feel like. I could be wrong, and he could hire a defensive coordinator. But like Rio said, he ain't gonna do nothing but hire Raheem Morris after he get fired in Atlanta. He ain't gonna do nothing but do some dumbass shit that's gonna piss us off. Cause he old. He ain't innovative. He ain't hiring some young, hot, up-and-coming defensive coordinator. He hiring one of his boys like he did Joe Witt Jr. Y'all got to know that shit. So I'd rather he just call the shit. Just spare me to bringing in some old dude that ain't got shit to offer. Don't just spare me, bro. You just call the plays. F it. So if the shit don't work, we can just blame you and we can move on. Anyway, let's get to real quick. I ain't gonna hold you too long with this. Let's just get to the skill game real quick. Then we'll get to the comment section.
The skill game brought to you by Sleeper.
All right. So another ticket down the drain. I'm just looking at my basketball joint from the night. Isaiah Stewart couldn't get me 1 point, bro. Jose Alvarado. I deserve that. They scored 128 and you couldn't do shit. But that's on me. That's on me. That was a good ticket too. Anyway. All right. So 10 million active users on Sleeper right now. If you're not one of them, do me a favor. Become one. Use the promo code, or excuse me, use the link in the description of this in every single video that I have that allows you to download the Sleeper app. Once you make sure that Sleeper is available in your area, available in over 30 states in the US, excuse me. Once you've done that and you verify that you are who you say you are, they're going to give you $20 free, no strings attached, to use on the app. Then I advise you to use my promo code LTN to get you 100% match on your first deposit up to $100. That's right, it's a dollar for dollar match. So look, you only get to do it one time. I say you max it out, $100. They're going to match it, give you an additional $100. That's $200 plus the $20 they gave you for becoming a member of the Sleeper family. That's $220. You can get active with $220. And this month, they're doing a little special in December where if you trail the ticket that I put together for the game and you screenshot it, send it to hmasleeperpicks@gmail.com, they are going to give you $100. You enter yourself into a sweepstakes, into a drawing to win $100 should the picks hit, which they have not, and they did not in this game. Let's take a look at what happened. So I had C-Rod, 42.5 yards. I knew he was going to hit that in this game, and he did, 63. I had a C-Rod anytime touchdown. He delivered. I was actually pissed off that he didn't get it the first time when they put him in on the short yardage on the 4th down. I thought he should have scored right there. And they put Bill in, and Bill ended up getting the touchdown. I thought they should have put C-Rod should have got that touchdown, but he ended up getting a garbage time touchdown. Anyway, Goddard was disappointing in this game, but he did have a touchdown catch. I thought he was going to kill us, but it ended up being the receivers that actually did damage to us. And really, Hurts didn't have a great day throwing the football because that's who Philadelphia is. Like, I got to stop thinking that, because we're garbage, defensively, Hurts is going to eat us. No. The Eagles aren't that good on offense, period. End of discussion. They're not going to eat anybody up unless you're the worst like the Raiders. So I don't think Hurts threw for 200 yards today. I think he threw for 200 yards today. So Goddard, 3 catches, 32 yards, and one of them was because Mikey decided I'm not going to sink in coverage and I'm going to allow him. That was still a great throw by Hurts. I got to give credit where credit's due. And Hurts made a great catch on a ball that was a wobbly duck. But he only had 32 yards. I thought for sure every tight end has eaten us alive this season. He's going to have at least 43 yards. He didn't. A.J. Brown, thought he was going to catch a touchdown. Man has 9 catches for 95 yards. He just didn't catch a touchdown pass. I thought he was going to catch a touchdown at some point. And then Bill, again, was he hurt? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. He had 25 yards rushing in the first half. Didn't touch the football a single time in the second half. Make it make sense. Help me. I'm just looking for clarity. I just need some consistency. I'm trying to figure some shit out. Like, what are we doing? Who are we? What do we stand for? I don't think they even know. So hard to really predict what's going to happen from a week-to-week standpoint because I don't even think they know. So, yeah, the Eagles, they screwed me here. I probably should have I told you, I didn't know which one of the Eagle receivers was going to get us because I really don't think Devontae Smith hit the yards. He needed 57. I don't think he hit 57 yards in tonight's game. I'm going to check. I'm actually curious now. So let's see. See what he did. And he had 42 yards. So like I told you, you got to pick one. He wasn't the one that did it tonight. He had 42 yards, did Devontae Smith. And I said, it's never both of them that kills us. It's one or the other. It was AJ tonight. AJ had 8 catches in the first half. We had no answers. We couldn't tackle him. when your two corners on the outside are Jonathan Jones and Mikey still, and in the slot, it's Noah Igbenogany. I don't think we have a 6-foot corner right now on the roster. Well, Antonio Hamilton, senior, probably is 6 feet, but the guys we started and Jonathan Jones and Mikey still are both like 5'9". AJ took advantage of it. And they want to play off and soft and allow him to catch it and run after the catch. AJ was the answer tonight. Probably should have just gone with AJ, but I was like, it could be Devontae. We've had issues with Devontae in the past. It was AJ tonight. So anyway, those were my picks. And as I always tell you, I'll get them next time. So that is the skill game brought to you by Sleeper.
The skill game brought to you by Sleeper.
All right, let's get to the comment section. See what you guys have to say. We'll start the night off with Eric Reeves. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Make sure you the first super chat. I feel like there were some others before that one, but there's so many comments going on. They might have knocked some of the early joints out of there, so it's not showing up on my screen. So let's see if I can get to the beginning here. All right, so we searching. Searching. Man, there's a lot of comments. Searching. Oh, no, I think that is the first one. Yeah, these go all the way back to 3 something. So yeah, that's the first comment. So I shouldn't have any supers that I didn't get to, but we'll see. Eric Reeves, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Eric Reeves, thank you for the Dubsky, who writes, to be honest, I'm out on Cliff. He gets way too pass happy. It's becoming a real issue. Start of the third, JCM is getting going in the first half, and he goes away from the run. 3 and out. Run it. Why? We can upgrade from Cliff. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Tonight, that first possession of the second half was really telling for me. It's the possession Mariota got hurt. I don't think he should have gotten hurt. If you run the football, Mariota wouldn't have been put in that position. But again, that was a freak situation. All of our injuries this year have been freak situations, right? You know, all of the Jaden injuries and the Marcus injury, like, he got his hand stepped on. Like, you can't guard against that shit. Like, that's crazy. I hated that sequence. That one I struggle with that. Not a single run from Cliff in that sequence. Again, you knew what the game plan was coming in, and you got the trailing Burks. And the crazy part was you didn't run it on the first set of downs, but Traylon Burks gave you a fresh set of downs to reset and to give you a chance to right or wrong, and you doubled down on your bullshit. You doubled down on it. It's a real thing. It's a real thing with Cliff now. It's a real thing. AJ Meehan, been a member for 41 months. Salute, who writes, that was the most phantom flag game I've ever seen. Truly makes you question a lot with sports gambling being so big now. A lot of no calls for us, a lot of calls for Philly. Good night, LOL. Look, I'm not the conspiracy theorist guy, so I'm not the person to come to that with and have me co-signing this shit. I'm gonna just tell you, I've been watching football for years, and you get games where the officials are just bad. This was one of those games where officials were just bad, period. Like, I'm not chalking this up to gambling. We've seen calls when gambling wasn't as big, and we've seen the officials just screw the pooch on a bunch of calls and all kinds of shit. So like I'm not into the whole narrative that they call it the Windy City for a reason. God, that wind is just gusting tonight, bro. They had the goalposts doing the damn Harlem Shake. You don't want to be kicking field goals in this game. The wind is just crazy. The next team to score, if Green Bay score a touchdown, they win. Like, it's that type of game. Up top, he got him. Bap! Game time. God bless and good night. Damn, I'm good. I'm real good. I'm good. Oh, seriously, I'm good. Get a drum or something. No, seriously. Get a drum or something. What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? I see you over there, cold slice. Or is that cold as ice? No, it's cold slice. What you talking about, Willis? Boop. Anyway. This was one-sided. The officiating tonight was one-sided. Now that you're not wrong about. We can agree on that. Joshua Farish, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, I've never seen a season like this regarding injuries. Craziness. I have never either. This is uncharted territory for me. I've never seen anything like this. Somebody said Willis or Mariota. I mean, I'd take Mariota because we wouldn't know what to do with Malik Willis. We wouldn't utilize him correctly. So you got to have a coach that's going to be innovative enough to use him the way that he's supposed to be used. We wouldn't. Maybe Cliff might be able to use him because he is a read option type quarterback. So I don't know. But I'd probably just take Marcus Mariota. But I've seen Malik Willis 2 years now in Green Bay, and I've seen what Matt LaFleur does with him when he's in the game. And I know Matt is capable of taking Malik Willis and maximizing him. That's what good NFL coaches do. Take their talent. They don't make excuses. You think the Packers ain't had injuries at the receiver position? They got dudes that started out as a receiver, turned into a corner, and then had to bring them back to receiver. They ain't never once make an excuse. They just got the shit done. I've never seen a season like this either, Joshua. We on the same page. I've never seen a season like this before. Loser, been a member for 4 months. Really appreciate you. Writes, that brawl was the most fight they showed all year. I won't go that far, but I needed that for me. Like, I was done. I checked out of the game mentally by that. I told the mob once Mariota got hurt, that's the competitive portion of the game. It's over. So I had checked out already. And that fight brought me back. I was getting ready for Bleacher Report and setting up for this. And that fight brought me back like, okay. Hell yeah. No. F all of that bullshit. Nah, we whooping some ass right now. Jump his ass. Get his ass, baby. Get his ass. Haval, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Haval writes, Lord, I know where this is going. Ain't a single soul trying to watch Josh Johnson go 8 for 22 for 79 yards and 1 interception next week. Talk to your favorite general manager, Adam Peters. You can thank him for us potentially having to watch Josh Johnson do exactly what you just said next week against Dallas on Christmas Day. While Dak Prescott rolls up 372 yards, 3 touchdowns en route to a 37-10 victory. That's what we probably signing up for next week. And you can thank your general manager, Adam Peters, for that. He says, I'd rather watch John Beck's bum ass come out of retirement and toss it to the H-back 12 times than this clown. I second that emotion. My name is Louie T, and I co-sign this super chat. I don't want to watch Josh Johnson do a damn thing on the field at all. I'm sick that he's even still here. I'm sick that he's even still here. We watched this man in preseason stink this shit up. I'm incredulous. I'm beside myself that he's still even a part of this team. But again, you got your general manager to thank for that. Swaggy P, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes, once Johnson was in, I knew the game was over. I'm just here for the young guys and to see their progression into next season. On to Dallas, hashtag raise hell. Once Josh Johnson was in, everybody knew the shit was over. We watched him in the preseason. We were subjected to Josh Johnson and Sam Hartman in the preseason. You couldn't convince one single Commanders fan. I don't give a damn if you rally captain, hog farmer. They all knew this shit was over when Josh Johnson got in the goddamn game. I don't care how biased you are, how much you bleed burgundy and gold. You knew when you saw Josh Johnson get up and start warming up. Oh shit! If I didn't have to do this for a living, I would have turned that bitch off. Me and my wife would have watched a movie. I'm not watching Josh Johnson play football. I got better stuff to do with my time than that shit. GT7. Yes, that's the line I was looking for. And I support this super chat. I couldn't think of the shit. I couldn't think of it. It's probably this. It's probably that. I couldn't. It was escaping my brain. I'm Louie T, and I support this super chat. There you go. Thank you for that. Too Proficient TV. Appreciate you. We call that a rebound. That's a rebound. Good assist after the board. You kicked it out for a 3. I appreciate you. All right. GT7. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, filing indictments. Uh-oh. That means you're keeping tabs. you starting to track all of this. I 100% agree. Did Frankie get slower, or are they asking him to do the impossible? Did Billy get hurt, or or did he get kidnapped? Seymour could survive a nuclear fallout. Sheesh. Why is he backing up to land? Those were some of the most uninspiring kick returns we've seen in Washington in a while. Those Chris Moore returns tonight. Oh my God, they were awful. You're not wrong. The earth could freeze over twice, and Seymour would, Chris Moore, not no damn, we're not doing that Rio shit. Chris Moore would still end up somehow being active on game day and touching the football in some capacity for us. That's the type of season it's been. Doesn't matter how we try to get rid of this dude, he finds us and torments us. I don't know, GT7. I don't know what happened to Bill. Like how he ended up on a milk carton is beyond me. I don't know. I wish I had answers. I don't. Loser, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, Ayuk recorded himself driving almost 100 miles an hour past Levi Stadium today. He really trying to blackball himself out of the league. I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't see it. I don't doubt it. I told you guys he's crashing out right now. I don't think he's mentally stable. The shit he's posting, the things that he's done, I don't think he's mentally stable. I'm starting to think like he's schizophrenic, or he's got some kind of manic, like he's got some kind of chemical imbalance. I don't know him. I can't say. I'm being dead ass serious here. I'm not joking. I don't joke about mental health. That's a real thing. I think there's something off with him right now. And again, I just go back to the initial point that I made. I don't think he loves football. And that look, whether he needs help or not, you can't help someone that doesn't want help. That's beyond the broader scope of what we talk about. Does he love football or not? I don't think football is at the front and the top of the pile of what is important in his life. So I wouldn't be looking to sign up for Brandon Ayuk. But again, we'll see what they decide to do. Yoshi, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, well, Lou, at least we put up a fight. It's scary to think that the only good player on this defense might be McGee. That's horrifying. Regardless, good ethical tank tonight. By the way, I saw Sheldon Day drop 4 times into coverage. I wouldn't be shocked if that happened. They're searching for answers. They don't really know what the hell's going on. But I also saw Sheldon Day miss a tackle on Saquon Barkley that would have been a significant loss on a play, and then he ran for like 50 yards. So, yeah. I don't know about this ethical tank stuff. I've heard that used multiple times. A loss is a loss. And I don't think this was anything ethical about this. Marcus Mariota got his hand stepped on. If he doesn't, we might have won this game. So I don't know about an ethical tank. Someone intervened, divine intervention, we'll call it, to make sure that we lost this game. McGee he has talent. We don't know how good McGee is or not. We just know he has talent. He has something that nobody else on this defense has in the front seven, and that's legitimate speed. That's what we can say. MC Saba, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, happy holidays. Likewise to you and yours, man. Really appreciate you. I left to go shopping at halftime, and all hell breaks loose. What the F? You did the right thing, bro. Officiating was awful. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Both teams having ejections, and to top it off, Josh Johnson may be our starting quarterback the last 2 games. Let's be honest with ourselves. Is that not the most fitting end to one of the worst seasons we've ever had to witness as fans of this team? Depending on how long you've been a fan of this team, I don't know if there's a season that has gone worse than the one we've watched this season. You can't tell me that there's not a better script or ending to this season than Josh Johnson. Us having to watch Josh Johnson the final 2 games of the season. I just want to know who we, as fans, like, I can't speak to like the coaching staff, the players. Again, we seem like we got good coaches, really good people, good guys in the locker room. I feel like that. As fans, who did we piss off? What did we do? What did we do? What did we do? Because this feels like punishment for something. And I don't think we did anything wrong. If Snyder was still here, I could endorse all of this and say, yeah, no, I get it. I understand. Oh, that's right. I remember. I keep forgetting, and I always bring this up, and I always say, well, what did we do? I know what we did. And you got to pay for the shit that you do. Ain't nothing free around here. I don't know why I keep doing this. I know why we going through what we going through. And we just got to take it. I just hope it's 1 year and not multiple years. That's my only hope. GT7. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. GT7. Double up. Who writes 55 a breath of fresh air. Bobby holding position hostage like Zach was. 58 needs more shine. DQ punting like a sucker. And then to make matters worse, if Tress would have, Caleb about to do something crazy on this play. Okay, that was a nice escape. And then to make matters worse, Tress kicked that bitch into the end zone. It hit at the 1 and bounced into the end zone. So even when you trying to kill DQ for punting, if Tress gets that bitch down inside the 5-yard line, you're like, okay, maybe you can see some shit pop. Nah, Tress killed all of that. That shit ended up at 20-yard line, and then they went off and ran the ball down our throats and got it into the end zone. I know y'all feel like Bobby holding the position hostage. You're not wrong. But 2 things can be true simultaneously. And the fact of the matter is Bobby's still playing well. And while a lot of you want him out of the game, he's playing well. And so you got to figure out another way. I've said this already. Mike, you got to take Frankie and put him at defensive end and keep him there. Like, not situationally. What is Frankie doing dropping in the coverage? Who's scared of Frankie dropping in the coverage? Nobody. You want to keep Frankie on the field at all times? Fine. Make him a defensive end. Make him a defensive end. And then there will be the occasional situation where you can take Frankie and put him back at linebacker and take Jordan McGee off the field. But this would ensure that McGee would stay on the field as much as possible. Oh, that got to be intentional grounding. That got to be intentional grounding. Who was he throwing that to? Nobody. Nobody, baby. Got to be intentional grounding. Where the flag at? There you go. And Caleb was wilding on that one. Caleb was wilding. Hold on 1 second. I'm just looking at all my tickets that died tonight. So Duke just lost. I'm not allowed to have. Okay, it didn't matter. I had other things on that ticket that didn't go well. But my other favorite team lost tonight too. Shout out to Texas Tech for taking care of business. Today was a rough day for the kid, all the way around. None of the tickets hit. And that intentional grounding, I think it just pushed him out of field goal range. I think this is a mistake. Personally, I would punt this. Try to play defense. Try and play defense. And see if you can't force them to punt the ball, get you great field position. He is not making a 51-yard field goal. First of all, he ain't even that good of a kicker. We being honest with each other. This wind is howling, bro. This wind is howling. I'm going to be shocked if he make this kick. Oh, shit. Shut me up then. Shut your ass up, Louie T. Shut the hell up. I apologize. Believe me, I do. Oh, believe me, I do. That's 2 for 2. That's 2 for Cairo Santos. Good ass kick, bro. My bad. Hands up. You got me. That's a big ass kick. That's a big kick. Keep him in the game. For as much as y'all want Bobby out of the game, he's not the problem. The problem right now is Frankie. And Frankie ain't the problem. You just got to figure out, how do I get Frankie on the field, keep Frankie on the field, while also simultaneously getting Jordan McGee on the field. And we've already figured out the way to do that is to put Frankie at defensive end. So 55 is definitely a breath of fresh air. I agree. And I would love to have Jordan. I would love to have Jacob Martin back next year. He's earned the right to be here next year. I totally agree. Christopher McLaurin, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, C-Mac, thank you for your generosity, man. Can't thank you enough, man. Happy holidays to you and yours. Seasons. Greetings. My guy, thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes, hey, Lou. What's up, Chris? Hope all is well with you and the family. Likewise. Happy holidays. Indeed. Likewise to you and yours. 3 questions. 1, do you consider more core pieces to the defense, Mikey, Louie, Amos, Kinlaw, Jackson, or anyone else, and why? And who do you think is our TE1 next season? And then 3, are the Eagles one and done in the playoffs? So core pieces defensively, Mikey, yes. Louie, I mean, he's got 1 more year left on his contract. I've got to say yes, because I've seen this man be an all-pro before. They got to figure out a way to get him back to that form next year. I don't want to hear that teams are now declaring him as a known rusher now, so he's getting an offensive lineman on him. Figure it out, bro. Don't make excuses. Find solutions. That's too much of that shit going on this year. Too much excuses and not enough finding solutions, right? So yes, Louie, Amos, Kinlaw. So Mikey, Amos, Kinlaw, Jackson for sure, right? I guess Jackson TBD, but I like what I saw today. Trying to think, is there anybody else that you might be leaving off? Sucks that we got the injury to DA, because DA would have been in this mix. Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think those are all of the guys that right now we look at and say they're a part of the solution and not the problem. On defense, everybody else is old. I mean, Wagner, Von Miller, Preston Smith, like Sheldon Day. Everybody else is old. You know, Jonathan Jones. Everybody else old, man. Like, and then even the young guys that ain't old, they ain't nice. Quan Martin ain't nice. You know, Will Harris ain't nice. Johnny Newton ain't nice. So you can't get excited. You know, Noah Igbenogany ain't nice. Two, who do you think is our tight end one next year? That's a great question. I don't know. And with Cliff as your play caller, does it even matter? Clearly, I was told that Cliff didn't throw the ball to tight ends in Arizona, not named Zach Ertz. I don't know if y'all seen the kid they got in Arizona right now. He was in there with Cliff. He was there with Cliff. And Cliff wouldn't throw him the football. The kid that's caught 5 straight, at least 5 balls in like an NFL record, like 10 straight games. Yeah, that dude. Does it even matter who TE1 is? If it ain't Zach Ertz, are they going to actually get the football? You saw John Bates running an over route in this game and getting gloved up, and you're just like, what are we doing? Ben Sinnott can't, like, the best we could do is throw Ben Sinnott the ball in the flats and have him run for 2 yards. He ain't running that over route. We know he's faster than John Bates. He can run away from a guy on a shallow cross. Nope. John Bates. Okay. Right now, TE1 is John Bates. So otherwise notified, John Bates is TE1. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that they don't come back next year with the same 3 tight ends that we got right now. John Bates, Colson Yankoff, and Ben Sinnott next year. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me they go out in free agency and aggressively pursue Kyle Pitts if he becomes available. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me you see them going out and getting a tight end that exists, like a Isaiah Likely from Baltimore, who's going to be allowed to hit free agency. Tell me I'm wrong. You can't. Can you? More likely than not, TE1 is already on this roster. We don't know it. We don't like it, but it doesn't matter. Cliff don't use the damn tight ends anyway. Are the Eagles one and done in the playoffs? It just all depends on who they're playing. I think they're one and done if they play anybody but San Francisco. They play San Francisco, I think they can beat San Francisco at home. Bears have already gone in there and beat them, and I think the Bears can go in there and beat them again. Detroit gets another shot at them. I think Detroit gets them. If Green Bay holds on here, they're probably going to win the division. But if Green Bay somehow ends up the wild card, Green Bay could beat them again. And we know the Rams can beat them. Rams should have beat them. And I know for a fact the Rams would do those boys. They almost did them last year when the Eagles were elite. They almost did them in the snow last year. I know they'll get those boys. They were up 26-7 on them boys this year. They'll get them this time. So, yeah. Eagles are one and done if they play anybody else but San Francisco. They play San Francisco, I think they can beat the 49ers. GT7, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. GT7 writes, DQ taking his brotherhood too far, rotating captains, giving vets more time than the youngsters. Yeah, man. Like, this is who he is. This is his MO. It's unfortunate, but this is his approach. You know? This is what we got. And I know a lot of stuff that I'm not able to talk about. But I can tell you that he got a lot of time. Don't do nothing stupid here, bro. Look at Malik. He's short, though. He slid short of the first down. Probably like 3rd and 1, I say. Half yard. You should have dove head first, bro. Get that first down. You tripping. That's a great job of not giving up on the play and then finding somewhere. Good job of the lineman staying engaged. But he didn't get that first down, though. We stuck with what we got. I'm going to just say that. We got what we got, and we got to hope Jaden and this is the AP offseason, and we got to hope Jaden is able to stay healthy, because if he's healthy, I got no doubts. I got no doubts. It's all about him staying healthy. It ain't about can he. It's about staying healthy. He stay healthy, he gonna give us a shot every week. But this is DQ. Like I can't be mad at somebody being who they are. He's shown us who he is. Now we just got to live with it. Marquell Randall, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, even though we're not in it, playoffs could be interesting. A lot of unproven QBs. I don't know what we are going to get except from Hurts, Allen, and Stafford. So a lot of young quarterbacks get in there for their first action. Then you got a lot of young quarterbacks that have been there, but they ain't win shit. Bo Nick's been there, but he ain't win shit. Trevor Lawrence been there, ain't win shit, right? Was up big, blew the lead, lost. Or I take that back. He won. They came back and beat Herbert, right? But he limited experience for him, limited experience for Herbert. Like I just said, they've been in the playoffs twice. Herbert been in the playoffs twice, lost in the first round and wild card weekend both times. So even the dudes that do got a little bit of experience ain't really got a ton of experience. So like you said, a lot of young, unproven quarterbacks. Purdy, don't forget about Purdy. Purdy been in there. Love been in there. Been to the NFC Championship game. Purdy been to the Super Bowl. To multiple NFC Championship games. So, like, it's some quarterbacks that got some experience now. But it's just wide open, bro. This is like Rio texted me today, was like, man, this shit sucked, bro. This is our division champ right here. Like, the Eagles is the division champ. Like, this is who gonna be the best team in our division. I'm like, don't try to talk. I told Rio, don't try to talk that shit now. Don't try. I tried to put you onto this hopium. I tried to inject this hopium in your veins earlier this season, and you told me over and over again, but the Eagles got to lose too. You keep saying that, but the Eagles, I'm like, the Eagles is ass, bro. Don't worry about it. They'll do their part. We just need to start winning, and they ain't want no parts of winning. This is back before we played Miami. I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, I got a plan. We can do this shit. He won't on board. He won't with it. A lot of y'all won't with it. I put together a hell of a plan. Let's go and get this division. It's there for the taking. This is not a great Eagles team. And we would have been right in the mix, but it wasn't meant to be. This playoffs is going to be very interesting. I agree with you. A lot of young quarterbacks. I would have loved to have been a part of this mix. This 6:30 that's left in this game is huge. Because if the Packers score a touchdown here, the game over, obviously. But even a field goal here, the closer they get, the better chance they got to make a field goal. The wind is crazy, though. Still, nothing's guaranteed. But even a field goal here and the game over with. You down 2 scores with less. It's going to be less than 5 minutes left in the game. And you down 2 scores. You're done. You're done for. So, this is a big 3rd down right here. The Packers get this 1st down, and they can burn more clock. Again, really the 3 points is what's important. Just getting points here. Any points makes it a 2-possession game and a game over with. You don't even got to get this 1st down. Just don't turn it over right here. That's why he did a safe play. I'm about to say he shouldn't have gone out of bounds, but the clock's still going to run anyway because it's not under 5 minutes. So clock going to still run. So that's not a big deal. That's a smart play by their coach, Matt LaFleur, to run something safe. Either you run it or you throw something, a high percentage pass, see what happens. But what you don't want to do there is have something stupid happen, ball tipped in the air, picked off, because a make here by Brandon, and I've seen him sell in this situation. So with the win and McMahon, ain't shit guaranteed. This play clock getting real low. And he missed. Ooh, did he miss? Whoo! Barely made that shit. I've seen McManus sell in that situation. He did it against the Eagles in the playoffs last year from like 28 yards away. So I know he could sell. That shit barely made it. Show me the replay because I thought he missed. Show me. They go to replay. Ooh, that shit barely squeezed inside that left upright. Eric Reeves, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. That game's open. Packers won the game, basically. I know one thing. Next year, those injuries better stay the hell away from us, man. We don't deserve this. Go mess with another team like the Eagles, LOL. I ain't sicking you on somebody else. I'm just telling you, leave us alone. That's it. I ain't out here to try to sick him on somebody else. Just leave us alone. That's all. Damn. Andre 67 Poggers. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes. They blow the whistle for an onside kick, then say they're not ready. These refs sometimes. I don't get why they let Driscoll go. I'm losing faith. Yeah, that whole, like, the refs were just terrible today. That whole sequence, that was a great onside kick. Not that we were going to recover it. Devontae probably would have went and grabbed it, but it was better than the second onside kick that we didn't have any shot of recovering. But that was just the day, man. Like, again, this game was a microcosm of our season. So as much as I would love to complain, I've already done enough of that. We probably weren't going to win anyway, but the referees made sure we didn't win today. Off to another world. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, sorry I'm late for black hat version. Turned it off. Late pass from 83-year-old Josh Johnson making his NFL rookie TV debut. Yeah, man. I hate that he's even here. Like, after what we watched this summer, there's no way he should be here. None. GT7, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, we know what Terry brings, so why he only got 4 targets? Cliff tripping. Again, I'm over Cliff, man. Like, that's the type of shit I'm talking about. He ain't the first guy to come in here, and the thing that got me excited about Cliff last year was he was talking that good shit. Like, other coordinators actually told us why Terry won't get in the ball. Like Scott Turner used to tell us the defense dictates where the ball goes, and that's loser talk, right? That's what the loser offensive coordinators say. Like, the defense dictates what. No. You dictate to the defense what the hell you want to happen. Ben Johnson ain't out here saying, well, the defense tells me where the ball's supposed to go. Bullshit. If I want the ball to go to DJ Moore, I'm gonna get the ball to DJ Moore. If I want to throw this screen to the tight end, I'm gonna throw this screen to the tight end. Defense ain't dictating shit to me. I'm dictating how this shit gonna go. And Sean McVay, you think every week teams ain't trying to dictate to Sean McVay where the ball gonna go? How Puka Nacua ain't gonna have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 catches this week? Bullshit. Puka have 7 catches every week. 7 every week. You think teams ain't trying to take away Trey McBride for the Arizona Cardinals? Every week, Trey McBride got 6 catches every week. Don't tell me you can't get guys involved, man. I ain't trying to hear that bullshit. Oh, man. OZ out here selling, bro. He been selling for the whole season. OZ have a drop every week. And it's Commanders fans that want OZ back. OZ been selling all year. Boop. OZ been selling all year long. I'll take Diami back in a heartbeat, though. I'm good on OZ. Cliff definitely tripping, GT7. Big facts. Big facts. Eric Reeves, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Caleb on the move. He's short. He started that slide just like your boy started that slide. He a little short. Nope, they gave him the first down. I think he was short. If I'm Green Bay, I might. Well, you can't challenge that. I don't think they'll let you challenge. So, okay. What I say? If I'm Green Bay, I challenge that shit. Where he start that goddamn slide at? Don't give him that first down. Yeah, Caleb just hit his helmet like, I should have dove head first, 4th quarter. I need the first down. Should have dove head first. You damn right you should have dove head first. I don't think they can challenge that. That's what they probably telling him. You can't challenge where he start his slide from, where we put the ball at. His ass short as a bitch. He started that slide back at the 49-yard line. They put that shit all the way at the goddamn on 47. You a goddamn lie. He didn't get that first down, but they gave it to him anyway. He started that bitch way behind the first down line. Yeah, he's short. I don't think they can challenge, though, so it don't matter. He says, to piggyback off my comments about Cliff, he isn't innovative enough. This is why I'm okay if he isn't back. Teams make an effort to get their top wide receivers the ball. We can upgrade. LaFleur gets it. I already told y'all, like, Matt was going to figure the shit out with Malik Willis at quarterback because he's going to adjust. You know, Cliff just and Cliff, he's talented enough as a play caller to put us in a position. He was talking that shit last year about, oh, they did move it back. Well, they got it now. Caleb ran for it. He was talking that shit last year, that good shit. Like, oh, yeah, it's not about plays as much as it is players. He was talking all that good shit. And then this year, we back to that, you know, defense dictating where the ball go type nonsense. And Terry getting 3 targets, 4 targets, and some stupid shit like that. I can't explain it, man. I ain't going to even try to make sense of some shit that's nonsensical. Marquell Randall, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, as much as I hate the Eagles, y'all think I trust Caleb Inaccurate Williams, Sam Ghost Darnold, or guess what Jordan Love is going to show in the playoffs? You damn right I do. I already seen Caleb Williams go into the link and win. It ain't even about Sam Darnold. I do not trust him, by the way. I don't want them being the 1 seed because I don't trust them to do shit with it. But here's what I do trust. I do trust that Seattle defense against Jalen Hurts and that Eagles offense. I definitely trust their defense. And even if that shit looked like the Chargers game where, you know, what the hell did Justin Herbert do in that game? Not a goddamn thing. And he turned the bitch over too, to boot. But their defense was good enough to shut down Philadelphia's offense. And I trust Seattle's defense to be able to do that, especially if they're at home. I ain't seen Jalen Hurts win a road game in the postseason yet. And I'm going to die on that hill. Till he win a playoff game on the road, I'm going to die on the hill that says he can't. He don't strike me as a quarterback that can. Caleb about to run into some shit. Boy, that's a whole pill. This shit coming back. But Caleb, one thing I can say, boy, he's slippery as shit. You're not wrong. I hear you about the teams in the NFC that you don't trust. I get it. But that Eagles offense ain't shit, bro. It ain't shit. And it ain't going to be shit this year. I trust that they're going to run into one of these teams that's good enough defensively that's going to shut their shit down and do enough offensively and win. Mr. Rogers, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Uncle Jay, writes, Lou going off tonight. Talk to him. LOL. I already told you I had a lot to say. I already told you. My wife is like, you about to go off. I was like, you damn right I am. She's like, you couldn't do it on Bleacher Report. You about to do it now. I'm like, yep, sure am. Joshua Ferris, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Joshua writes, Lou be wilding out and drinking when drinking alcohol. Get his ass, baby. Get his ass. I'm not lit. Uh-oh, Caleb. Down. Flag. Did they get him for face mask? Don't tell me you face mask, Caleb. Don't tell me you face masked him. Yes, you did. Come on. You didn't have to do that, bro. Bailed him out. This ain't even got nothing to do with my glass being empty now. It's empty. Let me take the last sip. Ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm good. Like, I watched something that genuinely pissed me off tonight. That's what happened. This ain't got nothing to do with me feeling good. I ain't even got a buzz right now. Q Dog, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, what up, LT? What's up, Q Dog? Didn't expect to come home from jail with this record. LOL. Miss your LT and your videos. What went wrong, brother? I left week 2. God damn, Q Dog. What's going on, bro? A lot has changed since week 2, man. But if you coming home from a bid, bro, like we got to talk, Q Dog. We gotta get it together, man. I'm glad you're back though. Hey, welcome home, man. I wish we could have brought you home in much better circumstances than this shit. Really. A lot went wrong. I'll just say this, Q Dog. Injuries. We ain't never seen nothing like it before. We ain't never seen nothing like it, man. Hey, stay out of the pen, man. We don't need you doing no more bids, bro. CGM87, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. All right. I'd pull the Band-Aid off now, but not sure anyone wants to come here. Franchise is stuck in purgatory. 9 to 10 every 5 to 10 years. 11 plus every 20 to 30 years. Look, it's only 32 jobs. We say that, but first of all, you got Jaden Daniels. Somebody wants to come here and coach Jaden Daniels. My problem is I don't know if there is an actual did the Bears get lined up? They were going so fast that they get lined up. I don't know if there's actually like a dominant offensive play caller. Yeah, legal shift. I was like, they didn't get lined up. Caleb moving too goddamn fast. I don't know if there's like last year it was Ben Johnson, even Liam Cohen to a lesser extent. There were dudes that you got excited about. I don't know if there's anybody even that you get excited about. Is that who they called it on more? He looked like he was set. Who you bringing in? Who you bringing in as a head coach? Who gets you excited? It ain't not one name that gets you excited right now. Not one. I can't speak. You tell me. There might be some names that get you excited. I don't know of one guy that's out there that I'm like, yo, he ready. He been cooking in the oven. He ready to be a head coach. Bring him to Washington. It ain't one. It could be a dude on the staff that we don't know about that's dying for an opportunity that's really good at what he do. But I don't want any defensive coordinators. I don't want a Jeff Hafley. I don't want none of them defensive dudes. I want an offensive-minded head coach. So, CGM87, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes? I have a feeling we get DQ with staff changes. I'm worried about we get a new DC and Witt as assistant head coach / defensive coordinator demoted by promoting, and they still run their scheme. I'm not sure what they decide to do, but we just need better. We just need better. And it may be that type of shit. That sound like some DQ shit. Because he like Witt not going nowhere. He's gonna be a part of it. And DQ's gonna have input on what they do defensively. So GT7, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes? I think Ben Johnson did some play calling, which included the Debo screen, or Brian Johnson, excuse me. I didn't know what your B Johnson stood for. The Debo screen, similar to Terry last week. I don't know what Brian Johnson's role is. I've heard good things about Brian Johnson. I've heard not so good things about Brian Johnson. I don't really know what to believe. He's supposed to be a part of the in-game stuff during the course of the game, like clock management and all that, and DQ's horrible at it. So, or he hasn't been good at it this year. So he actually did call a timeout today that I was questioning initially. Then I saw what he was trying to do. But I'm like, because you challenged a play that wasn't going to win, like a dodo, we don't have any timeout. So even if he does miss this field goal and you have 14 seconds left, which is what happened initially before they called Tyler Owens offsides on a phantom offsides when he wasn't really offsides, like, what are you going to do? You can't use the middle of the football field. You don't have a timeout because you wasted it. So what does Brian Johnson actually do? Maybe he is a really good play caller. Maybe he's not. We don't know. We have no clue. Loser, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. All right. Cosme and Newton eval for concussion might not play the 25th. Anybody that is in concussion protocol, ain't playing 5 days later. Like we saw that with Eddie Goldman, right? Short week, Eddie wasn't able to bounce back from the concussion, missed the game. At this point, man, just get help. Just have guys get to the offseason healthy. I don't really care about these games coming up. Like, that's where I'm at. Just get to the finish line healthy as you can. Nothing catastrophic. Okay, so the Bears are going onsides here. Got a good bounce. Got a good bounce. Got a good bounce. Bears got it. Wow. This is what happens when you don't attack the football. You let the football come to you. Got it. He should have attacked that football. Wow. All right. Well, the Bears got a shot. And if they scored a touchdown, you probably got to go for 2. Yep. He was playing with it, playing with the food. Suave. 1988. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes? AP should still fire DQ, but that's not happening. It's not happening, bro. It is not happening. Not happening at all whatsoever. Off to another world. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Hey, look, I'm going to tell y'all right now, if I was onsides and I was the person that was supposed to catch the ball and I fumbled it or I ain't recover it, I'm going to be hurt on the play. That's the only way you get sympathy from people. If you get up hurt, I'll be hurt too. Like, man, damn, man, that shit, man. He fell on my chest. That's why I ain't recover that bitch. Ain't nothing wrong with Romeo Dobbs. He just ain't recover that hoe. Off to another world, writes. What up, LT? What's up? Off to another world. AP picked up good locker room guys, and he never expected to see the field. That's actually Ron's shit, eh? I mean, I don't think that's like he didn't expect guys to not see the field. I think he expected guys to see the field, just not in the capacity that they had to see the field. Like, he probably thought Josh Johnson would never see the field, which is why he ain't do shit there. But he thought he knew a lot of these guys. He knew Von Miller was going to see the field. He knew Preston Smith was going to be on the field. He knew a lot of these guys was going to have to play and contribute in some way, shape, or form. He just didn't think they would have to contribute in the way that he didn't think Jacob Martin would have to be a starter, a full-time starter this year. Like, he didn't think that. But that's where we are, right? But he knew what the situation was. A lot of these guys were going to have to play. CGM87, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. CGM87 writes, we need a young offensive-minded head coach with JD5. Might be dumb, but why do you let Driscoll go in favor of the dust pile that is Josh? I get his QB3, but damn, like, I hate to bring that shit up because we, 16 weeks into the season and, we're in a 4-10 season. Like, who gives a shit? But I don't feel like we should be subjected to this shit that we being subjected to. And it's an easy fix. We didn't have to be in this position, but here we are. Right. It's dumb and it doesn't make a difference. If we are here having a conversation about QB3, you down bad anyway. Which we are. But still, the fact remains, you didn't do shit. You watched what we watched in the preseason and you just said, it's all good. It's all right. Don't worry about it. In a normal year, you're probably right. Don't worry about it. Hey, these boys really trying to go win this game. This shit crazy. This shit crazy. Now, if this shit get tied or the Bears take the lead, the Packers lost. Because you don't want Malik Willis having to author a game-winning drive or, having to do this shit all over again in overtime. So if they can't somehow, boy, they let them recover an onside kick, bro. This could be a Caleb Williams legacy drive right here. They come back and win this game against their most hated rival in this fashion, and Caleb lead them down the field, and they go for 2, and they get the shit on some Seattle over the Rams type shit. Bro, what in the holy hell? This is where you miss Micah Parsons. Like, Green Bay basic as hell now without Micah, because they can't get to the quarterback like they used to. They went from a Super Bowl contender to being back to what they were before Micah got hurt. I mean, before they traded for Micah, right? Corin Smith, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, happy holidays, Lou. Likewise to you and yours, Corin. If not DQ, then who? I think that's kind of my point. Like, I'm not saying don't get rid of him because there aren't better options. I'm just saying, who you got in mind? I wanted D'Amico Ryans and still do. I'm not a D'Amico Ryans fan. So we're not on the same page. What just happened to my television? Okay. Caleb threw it away. 4th and goal. Game on the line. Says, Bill was balling today. Why is it no one sees this? Tight end, please stand up. I have no idea. I'm still asking the question, and maybe I'm tripping. Why didn't Bill get the football in the second half? Why didn't he even touch? Did he touch grass in the second half? I'm asking for a friend. And again, I could be tripping, and something happened to Bill. I don't know. I don't really be in the loop on who got injured, what happened, XYZ, such and such. Oh, he came with the house on Caleb. He opened. Oh, he caught it. Oh, what you gonna do now? What you gonna do? Ja'Day Walker. Who in the hell? You got a receiver wearing the number 20. Who in the hell is that? See, this is the shit I'm talking about. We get injuries, and we got Chris Moore at receiver. They get injuries, and they got Ja'Day Walker. Who is Ja'Day Walker? He got both feet in, man. That's the catch. He wearing a nasty number. Wow, how nobody picked this man up. Yikes. What if he missed this extra point? You did all this. What if he missed the extra point? He ain't going to miss it, though. We going to overtime. Wow. What in the holy hell am I watching here? Yikes. Both of these Bears-Packers games been crazy, bro. Both of them. Texas KDs, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate your rights. Been watching you for years, Lou. Cliff got to go. Eagles 2-point conversion was classless. I believe in Q. Look, I don't get into all of that. Like, they trying to run up the score, this, that. I don't know what the hell they was going for 2 for. But that's why we beat their ass at the end. That's why we whooped their offensive lineman Tyler Steen ass. I don't mind none of that shit. I don't care. I don't get into none of that. Like, I want to win. Like, they won the game. But we did bust their shit at the end. That's what in a lost season, that's what I care about. Whooping some ass. We whooped some ass today. Mr. Rogers, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Q-Dog. Yeah, the Q-Dog came home from a bid, and he left when we was 1-1 and shit was still on the up and up. He came home and we was 4-10, and he was like, bro, what the F is going on here, man? Hey, Q-Dog, man, I wish I had a better story to tell, man, but this is our existence right now, Q-Dog. Shit wild, man. My apologies, bro. LT, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, you said you're still praying Hurts sell a playoff game, him and staff proving. Y'all ain't going nowhere this year, LT. And I already know what's going to happen when y'all don't go nowhere. You're going to go radio silent. Y'all ain't going nowhere. Again, you might win one playoff game at home because y'all are really good in the playoffs at home. But again, if you got to see Green Bay in the playoffs, I don't care if it's home or away. Don't fumble this ball now. Messing around. Let's go to overtime. If you got to see anybody but San Francisco, and I keep disrespecting San Francisco like they won't come into the link and smack y'all around. Y'all ain't good, LT. Don't talk to me about proving this and that. Y'all ain't shit. You watch this team just like I watched them, and y'all ain't shit. And you know it, but you're going to hide behind the fact that y'all have won and y'all are proven. Okay, well, you're gonna prove that you ain't shit when you get to the playoffs. Because if this is the best you got, you were losing to a 4-win team and struggling at that because the officials decided they was going to impart themselves into the game. You was losing 10-7 to a 4-win team with the help from the officials. Don't worry. Uh-oh. He dropped on that shoulder. Hey, Malik, can't afford this now, brother. Figure it out. Figure this shit out. Texas KDs, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Right. Trade down to get a second-round pick. Draft Oregon tight end. Hey, ain't no trading back. Ain't no trade down unless you end up with a much higher pick than any of us think we getting. The highest you can get is 4. I think we're gonna end up with somewhere in between 5 and 9. More like 5 and 7. We're not winning another game this season. Now that Mariota's out, you definitely ain't winning shit. Your best bet is to stick and pick. Take the best player available, get you a blue chipper. That's what you hope, and have that guy be impactful right away and end up being a core staple of what we're doing moving forward. That's what you got to hope. Ooh, that don't look good. That does not look good. Smack Woods, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Smack Woods writes, yo, Louie, what's up, brother? I fell asleep on the game, woke up to my 250 on my FanDuel, so I won, but still lost. Hey, anytime you get some money, man, I'm all for it, bro. I'm all for it. So shout out to you for getting a dub today. Shout out to you for getting a dub ski today. But glad somebody came away with a dub because your mans ain't getting nothing. I showed you what happened on Sleeper today. Your mans ain't getting nothing done today. I lost all ways around, everywhere. So, but as I always tell y'all, we try again tomorrow, right? We come back and get them tomorrow. I love when people call me a hater. People, you know what people do when they don't agree with you? Even if you speak in truth, they don't like what you're saying. Oh, he a hater. He a hater. I'm a hater because you don't like what I'm saying. When I'm saying some shit you like, though, then you rock with me. Out of here. You know what I mean? Like that, you cannot agree with me. I don't mean I'm a hater. I get it. Eagles credit when credit is due. When they're good, I don't know. Eagles are like that. When they won the Super Bowl last year, did I hate on the Eagles or did I give them credit? But because I'm telling you what's going to happen inevitably, they don't want to hear that. Then when it happens, they just want to start firing. Fire everybody. Fire this guy. Fire that guy. No, this is what y'all are. This is what y'all are. But a wise woman once told me, those who don't hear, feel. So I'm going to stop talking. I ain't going to talk to y'all. I'm going to let y'all feel it yourself. Anyhow, I digress. That was the last super chat. I'm going to let y'all watch this overtime in peace. And we'll come back and we'll break this Packers-Bears game down on overtime. I can't believe we in overtime. After the Packers got that field goal to end their final offensive drive before that last drive that really didn't count, to go up 10, I thought the game was over. Malik Willis now, he's shaking up after that Montez Sweat sack. It feel like all the momentum that went to the Bears. That kick return just now, he caught it. He thought he was in the end zone. He ain't get past the 25. It just feel like everything going in the Bears' direction now. Let's see if Malik Willis all right. Because they going to need something on this drive. You don't get nothing on this drive. All the Bears need is a field goal. Anyway, I digress. Y'all go ahead and watch this overtime. And I'm going to get back with y'all after this game is done, and we're gonna talk about the ramifications of this outcome, whether it's Packers or Bears. Y'all enjoy it. I'll see you on the other side. Peace. Smack Woods, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Right. If I join the mob, can I watch the games live with you with live reactions? So I don't be actually live. I may change that next year. I may not. Because a lot of talking. I talk a lot during game days. So I don't want to be talking all during the game, then talking all after the game, and then talking at night for Sunday Night Football. It's a lot. But I am chatting. Okay, Malik Willis is fine. That's a dime to Jaden Reed. That's big time. It may not amount to points, but it flip field position, if nothing else, that's big time. If you join the mob, yes, you will be able to be. I have my live reactions there, so I am typing into the mob and chatting with them, and we are conversing amongst each other during the game. So yes, you will have access to that. And I will tell you that this year in particular, in the offseason for sure, we're gonna watch a lot of film. We're gonna watch a lot of film. Commanders film, draft, prospects film. We're gonna watch a lot of film this year. So you definitely want to be a part of the mob. Ooh, that looked like a face mask. They ain't gonna call it though. Anyway, yeah. You get live reactions. You'll be able to, in real time, I'll be chopping it up with you along with members of the mob. So that's what you into. That's what you get if you join the mob for sure. But anyway, I digress. Enjoy the rest of this overtime, and we'll be back to break it all down once it's met its conclusion. Peace.